Drop a discus lariat.
The huge suplex.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody out there doing? Today is March 25th. Welcome to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Boy, have we got a show stacked for you today. I'm Aaron Phillips. Sitting on the far right, your left as you're watching, simply known as the Chief.
Good morning, everybody.
After a couple of weeks away, cleaning up frozen peas and chicken juice from the aisles of Albertsons, our historian, Thomas Burnett. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. And of course,
And I was here last week, sir.
What was that?
I was here last
Yeah,
week.
but I wasn't. Doesn't count.
Okay.
We don't care if you were here or not, Aaron.
It was probably the highest rated show with me not here.
It was.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sitting to my
Yeah.
right, a young lady who's been with us many times, one of our fan favorites, and she's sitting with us today because the three of them went to see SmackDown live last night, and I can't wait to get their reports and information. Miss Brandy Lowry, how are you guys doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
You had a good vacation?
I had a great vacation. I'm finally starting to peel from the sun, but I had a great vacation. Loved cruising. 5 days to Cabo. It was great. It was great. I missed
You were
all.
missed.
Was
because,
I?
Well, I missed you
Well,
because
thank you.
I was ignored last week. So
You were not ignored.
I have important breaking news.
Yes, sir.
Our sidekick is on his way.
Oh, okay.
And will be here.
All right.
His granny was
He had to tend to his grandmother,
That's
right?
it.
So
Yeah.
Matt is on his way, which is great. So we will be in full force.
Hey,
Good morning, Jennifer.
You know what I think? We'll let Matt sit on the couch.
We'll put him in studio 2.
Yeah.
1A, that's cool. Hey, 702-992-3207 is our phone number.
He's
We
late,
would love
so-
for you to be part of today's conversation. Also, too, thank you for watching us on Facebook and watching us on WWDBTV.com, YouTube, and the Thoughts Count Anywhere show on YouTube. And you can also download the WWDB-TV phone app to your Androids, WWDB-TV LV to your iPhones. And if you miss us, you can always go back to the YouTube channels, Facebook. But if you have the streaming service Roku, download
Roku.
the WWDB-TV channel, and you can catch not only Thoughts Count Anywhere, but also the plethora of shows.
Yeah.
Am I fuzzy again, John?
Yeah.
that was a
Does that
mouthful. That's why you're the
You
best.
were- Even
And you can call us at 702-992-3207.
Were you turned off the whole time?
Yeah.
Nobody heard you?
Oh, they heard me. I was probably picked up on your
Okay.
microphone, but not the best
Well,
audio.
that's because you. Yeah,
I was out of practice.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're forgiven.
Plus, I went to the bathroom before the show went live, and I didn't want to have the mic on in there, so I just never turned it back on.
And you're the one, he came over to make sure they were on, and you said you wanted to be,
Yeah.
you didn't want to
Oh,
turn it
I'll
on.
turn it on right before.
Well, I had it
But I
on,
wanted
then I
to
went to
hear
the
my-
bathroom.
because I wanted to hear myself.
You know, for this, I would have loved to stay in Cabo.
Back. He's making,
Hi, Jennifer. Good morning.
he's making excuses.
Yeah, yeah.
all
Oh,
right.
my
Yeah.
God. Ronald, good to see you out there, my friend.
Aloha, Jennifer.
Oh, he's Tom. Oh, there he's already starting. Ronald says,
Jennifer, what's up, my dear?
Good morning, Ronald.
Ronald's-
I know. We
Ronald
don't want to
said-
acknowledge Thomas here.
Good morning, everybody, except the person that will not be named.
They tried to get me to sit in between them, and I said, hell no.
that's right. By the way, it's recommended that Thomas should be put on the couch. I don't
I
know.
agree.
I don't know.
We
We'll
don't
see.
care about what
Listen.
that person says.
Well, wherever Matt wants to sit, if it's including your chair, you're going over there.
I'll go sit on the couch.
Now, we'll see what happens when Matt gets here. I'm not worried about it. All is good. We got a lot going on. Of course, we are 1 week, right? 1 week away
1 week
from
from
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
weekend, right? Nights 1 and 2. Still debates on who's going to be the main event for night 1, night 2, yada, yada, yada.
But we already know the first match of the show.
Sure. And SmackDown was here last night, but we got a lot to talk about. So you can't see
that.
it. We don't have the Zoom. We don't have the Zoom put on there. Can you go on the? Do you have a camera on Chief by chance?
Yeah.
I don't.
Chief
I mean, first of all, do you have a sign thing that's okay to release and show that picture from said
It's on-
gentleman?
It's on Facebook.
It's on
Oh, it's on social. Okay.
It's on my thing here, ain't it? So that's all I need.
Well, I don't want to know if it's on your thing, but it's on your iPad.
You want to
No,
come
he
check
could be
my
on my
thing?
thing, but that's another story.
Pass the mic. Well, never mind.
Never
Anyway,
mind,
while we're
man.
setting up that picture, maybe we're going to have Matt do a story time when he comes in. So we'll skip that for right now. We have birthdays coming up later on. We got a lot to fill in the next 2 hours. Again, call us 702-992-3207. We are not going to talk too much about the matches in terms of our prediction. There you go. There he is.
There-
Chief.
Yeah, but don't call in yet.
That's our buddy.
Don't call him.
That's our buddy. He
That's
come
it.
up and saw us last night.
That's so you can take it down. The camera's off on it.
Very well.
There you go. Don't want your arms to get.
Thank you, John.
You
Right
want to
on.
exercise this morning?
Chief, I didn't see you do your warm up this morning.
I didn't need to.
We have the Chiefs rant coming up at the bottom of the hour,
And
of course,
boy,
as
do
always.
I have a doozy.
Oh, I
yeah,
can't
he
wait.
does.
I cannot wait.
I don't remember.
By the way, put
All, all
oh
the mind
my
on the first one to
goodness.
go to break.
By the way, just want to remind everybody that messages in the chat room are fully appreciated. But if you're also watching us on YouTube and you want to put some comments in there, please do so because we can pick those up as well and share them and mention you all who are watching. All right. So we're going to delay, obviously, story time with Matt. Let's get into some rumors. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I heard the phone ring.
Hey, the phone rang.
Phone is ringing. One,
Let's see
like
if it
Lily
works.
Tomlin, one ringy dingy, two. We did test it during the week because I understood there were some phone issues, but
Shenanigans.
uh-oh. John's laughing. Our live.
I told him it was Thomas.
Oh. All right,
So
callers.
it is
Thank you
who I
for
think it
calling.
is.
Who's this, please? Where are you calling from?
Thank goodness you're back, because last week Thomas had a block where nobody could call in.
Oh, is that Ronald?
I thought I blocked you.
Yes, it is.
I gotta do better next time.
He had me blocked where I couldn't call in, and then he was ignoring Brandy and Jennifer.
You will be blocked permanently after this. Trust me.
Ronald, don't listen
Okay, you
what
won't.
he's saying.
You-
Oh, no, I won't. I can guarantee that.
We appreciate you, Ronald.
Don't worry about nothing. I got your back, brother. Don't worry about nothing.
I know you do, Chief.
I'll make him walk home.
See, I'm priming Ronald to take over when we fire Thomas as my agent. So we're priming Ronald to do that. So
Thomas, I'll hire you.
Thank you, John.
good
Thank
luck
you.
with that. Ronald,
He needs somebody to clean the porta potties.
Ronald, did you watch SmackDown last night? Ronald, did you watch SmackDown last night?
I did not.
Okay, well,
Then
I'm,
what-
I did hear what happened to my daughter, so.
okay. So, what are you looking forward to most for WrestleMania next week?
I'm going to have
We
to
only have a 2-hour
say
show.
the Cody
Get it
match.
out.
Cody versus Roman.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Cody versus Roman.
Yeah, we're have a delay on the audio coming from Ronald.
See what a shot.
2 nights, WrestleMania. Ronald, thank you for calling in, bud.
All right.
2-night WrestleMania. They did this when they were under the Thunderdome that first year.
Mhm.
I like the idea that it's split to 2 nights because I remember the year before, if I'm not mistaken,
Was 8 hours.
was 8 hours, and I
Yeah,
think the
Trent,
biggest
it was
complaint
too long.
everybody had was way too long. I
Yeah.
like the separation. Do
Yeah.
you guys like the
I do.
separation?
I've come to really, because you're able to enjoy it more. And
Absolutely.
You can get potty breaks.
That's that's right. Exactly. All right, let's get started with
All right,
some
let's
rumors.
go. Come on. Let's
So
talk
rumor
wrestling
number 1,
here.
WWE could run an angle at the Hall of Fame to set the WrestleMania match with Ray and Dominic, but of course we saw it happen last night.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about a spoiler, folks. So we're doing our job here. So finally it happened.
Yes.
The shot heard round the world, so to speak.
Yeah.
No surprise.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm glad at least the initiation started last night.
Yeah.
Now we'll see what happens. What do we predict now for what could happen during Ray's installation?
hope that
Ray-
they give him, even though I don't really agree with Ray going in right now because he's still an active member in the WWE universe, but I think that I hope that they give him his dues and it's a proper induction, with Conan and it's not interrupted by Dominic. And
Okay, Chief.
I think by the end of the year, Ray retires, and I can't see that anything's going to happen at the induction ceremony.
Mhm.
Now that it's been set, it's been announced that they are going to have the match at WrestleMania. I really just think let's just have regular business in order and let's put WrestleMania on.
I hope so, because using a word that William Regal always liked to use was the word besmirch.
Yep.
And with the prestige of at least entering the Hall of Fame and what has come to be a nice night of induction and speeches and really shining the light, I think it would be unfair to anybody else who would be inducted that night
I agree.
if some shenanigans goes on,
And
Thomas.
especially,
I
Oh,
think
I'm
they'll
sorry.
run. I think they'll run an angle on SmackDown. Like Dominic will attack Ray, and he won't be able to go in, or he'll attack Conan, and Ray won't want to go. Ray will follow Conan to the hospital, and then they'll set up even bigger heat on Dom for WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think with the pop that was got last night from when Ray knocked his ass out. finally,
Yeah. Mhm.
and the pop that was in that arena, I
Yep.
hope that it settles there. But I do, with them billing Ray as the main person
Mhm.
of the Hall of Fame, I really hope there is no shenanigans that go on.
So there's one more announcement to come. Is that correct? Based on a referee they're looking
Two,
at?
actually, they still haven't.
Two more?
They still haven't officially announced Stacy Keibler yet.
Okay, so we're looking at maybe Stacy Keibler and a referee. And in my mind, Stacy, does she really belong in the hall?
No.
I don't think so. I think
She's going
Victoria
because of-
belongs before her.
Absolutely.
Victoria.
There's a lot of
Chaz.
others, but I think she's only going in for her legs. Let's call
Yeah.
it as
Well,
we
they
see it,
can
right?
just put her legs in there.
Can't do a casting.
They
of
can
it.
make a statue of her later.
Right.
I got gut feeling it's going. I would assume it's going to be Tim White. If they don't induct Tim White before Earl Hebner, something's wrong.
Mhm.
Not saying Earl doesn't deserve to go in,
Right.
but in my mind, it
But
should be Tim White.
will Earl ever get in because of the Montreal screw job?
I think so.
You think so?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You think so?
If they put in Earl over Tim, I believe that it would be another screw job that goes on.
That's a good point.
Maybe they'll feel an earthquake if Andre turns over.
Well, and I think there's a connection, right? Because next week, if I read it correctly, they're doing the Andre the Giant Battle
Battle
Royale, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing that next weekend, although it's on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
right? So it would be fitting if Tim White is the one that gets the nod, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
And then we have Muda and Andy Kaufman.
who? Don't even get me started on Andy Kaufman. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh,
Is he
keep
another
going.
Johnny Knoxville?
What is okay? So I'm gonna start the question. Why does Andy Kaufman get
Here
in?
I come to save the day.
Well, here's the thing.
Why is he going into the Hall of Fame?
Here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
And you asked me prior,
Yes.
and everybody's thinking it's going to be Jimmy Hart to go into to present him to go into the hall,
Okay.
being that Jerry may not be able to make it.
Right.
I heard it's going to be Johnny Knoxville.
If that happens,
that's
I will
what-
walk
that's-
straight to my
that's
shredder
what I
and I will
heard.
shred my WWE membership.
That's what I heard.
Well, if it is, they've
Those
lost me. I don't want to see
I
that.
think that's great. Knoxville.
No, I think it sucks
Oh,
because neither
man,
one of them
that-
should be getting this
that
kind
would
of
be
attention. in WWE.
fantastic.
Okay, so why don't you, on all seriousness, why don't you think Andy should be going in?
For what?
The big angle with Lawler.
Okay, Chief and I were talking about this before we went in the air. I know how big it was. Okay, so I'm not taking anything
It
away
was
from that angle.
ginormous.
Right, it was. But that did more, and I love Jerry Lawler, so I want anybody to take this comment the wrong way. Jerry Lawler was huge in the territory where he
Yeah.
was, right?
Yeah, Memphis,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, in my opinion, watching the biography on Jerry Lawler yesterday, that really helped catapult him into the national picture, especially with WWE when he signed and got involved with that, right? In my opinion. So I believe that was great for Jerry. But for that one story, that one line, fuck Andy Kaufman for going to the WWE Hall of Fame. I think this celebrity wing, quite frankly, with the exception of a couple of people, is a joke to begin with.
It is.
But that's my opinion. I don't think Kaufman belongs in there. Great actor, great comedian. You got to take him for what he is, but no.
I want to throw something.
Is it just throw something soft?
Throw something.
Because I bleed very easily.
Back in the day,
Yes, sir.
all right,
Mhm.
when this all happened,
Yep.
that segment that night on TV
Mhm.
probably got more views
Mhm.
than WWE itself
At that time,
at that time.
I totally agree.
So therefore, if that happened,
Mhm.
in my mind, he needs to go in. He put himself. I equate that segment with Jerry and Andy Kaufman as with Dr. D. David Schultz
With
and
Geraldo Rivera.
with the slap heard round the world.
Geraldo Rivera.
Do you-
Apparently,
do you-
John has a message
Yeah, do
from
you have a
somebody.
question, sir?
Yeah.
No,
Go
this message is from me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I am not a mark.
That is true.
However, here's what I want you all to consider.
All right.
How many people did Andy Kaufman make aware of the WWE at that time? How many additional people did he bring to WWE because of what he did?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, technically, who
Thank
knows?
you.
Because it wasn't a WWE angle. It was just
Right.
in Memphis.
All you have to do is look at what the ratings were, and that'll tell you.
Ratings for Letterman, yeah. That would be,
No, for the WWE too.
and there was nothing to
But
go
Jerry
for
wasn't
ratings,
part of the
though.
WWE
You know?
when that was going on, though.
Yeah, but how can you go by ratings?
Right?
'Cause
That
it was
whole
all-
angle was based in Memphis.
It was all syndicate. Well, it was in syndications. It was all based in New York at that time. So you could look at the ratings for what? WWOR and whatever other networks.
WWOR, listen to
Shut up.
But
Love
people
WWOR.
like me don't know the difference between WWE, WWF,
Right.
EAW, AEW, Impact, Yo Mama, or what else.
Yo,
Preach it, John.
hey,
Mama Wrestling Promotion right here from WWDBTV.
Ronald, if you're still in the, if you're still here,
That's great.
Ronald, will you check up for me, please? Yo Mama Wrestling Organization, please. That's a new one
That
on
would
me.
New one
Mississippi.
starting right out here in Vegas.
YMWF, baby. Your Mama Wrestling
Yo
Federation.
Mama.
John Styles, Commissioner.
But in all honesty, what John says makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
It does, yeah.
And
That's the only reason I could think of.
No, it's a good one.
seeing and going back and watching it again, Kaufman and
Lawler.
Lawler and the manager,
Mm-hmm.
they just put it over in Memphis. But again, I'll say part of it too
Mhm.
was Lance Russell,
Oh, absolutely.
how he announced that type of
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
And I mean, it was, honestly, that was probably the best wrestling segments when that happened, more so than what WWE had.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was, again, it was territorial.
Right.
And as I've always said, with Matt not being here, I can get my teeth plugged in now. Hey, the territories are what made professional wrestling.
Right.
If
At
it
that
was-
time, for sure.
If
Yeah.
it wasn't for the territories, I don't think we would have
Definitely not. No.
what we have today
I agree with that.
I agree. Yeah.
and what
were
we had
expecting-
last night,
No, definitely not. No.
That's how I look at it.
All right, real quickly before we go to our first break, let's quickly hit the second rumor. Rumor is LA Knight or Stone Cold Steve Austin
Yeah.
could be Bobby Lashley's opponent, since Bray Wyatt's status is sort of very unknown right now with an injury of some sort, apparently. Chief?
I hope it's somebody else that's not announced yet. Just my opinion.
Okay. Do you have somebody in mind?
I do, but you
Yo,
won't say
Mama.
It would be a killer of a match?
it would be a
Yes.
killer
Is
of
that
a
what it would be a
match.
killer of a
Yes.
match?
But I don't know if it's enough time to build the storyline. But
Exactly.
I am all
Anything can happen
for
in 1 week.
a
right?
promo section of what, what.
I love, you know what? LA Knight, other than Ray hitting Dominic last night,
Yeah.
LA Knight got the biggest pop.
He was
Right.
most over
Oh,
last
heck,
night.
yeah.
You go to a wrestling bit and there's those cheers that you always hear, the yes, the woo. Yet last night it was
Mhm.
all for freaking 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good that he got a great reception.
But-
So, go ahead.
I don't want to see Lashley versus Austin. What?
There's no reason for it.
Yeah. There's no reason for. Why would Austin even accept that match?
What's Austin coming into WrestleMania then for?
We don't even know if he's even showing up. But why would he fight Lashley
He was given an opportunity to wrestle Roman, I believe, initially,
Yeah.
and he turned
They
it down.
turned that down.
and
Yeah.
Brock?
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't want to
There's
face.
no reason for those kind of matches for him. He needs to come in and do his shtick and
leave.
get a pop, hit a stunner
Give
on
it-
somebody. And,
Exactly.
I don't
and
agree.
LA Knight is one of the best ones that would take one of his stunners right now.
Yeah.
I think it would be an amazing promo thing for
For WrestleMania,
Austin. Doesn't
yeah.
need to have a full on match.
Knight,
He did that last year.
Knight, in my opinion, is one of the best mic guys
Mhm.
that we have in the industry.
Oh yeah, and we've known that for
And
years.
he can build in the short time from now until he can, if they allow him to go on Raw, they allowed him to go on SmackDown, he could build it up for next weekend.
Of
No
course.
doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All right. With that, we're going to step aside for our first break. We're a little late. Then coming back on the other side, a couple more headlines, and then it'll be time for the Chiefs rant. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phillips, and I'm standing with
Anthony Miller.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show?
Thoughts Count Anywhere.
What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook. This is your warlord of weird Sin Bodhi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Thoughts Count Anywhere. That's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Okay.
All right. Welcome. Look at those great people we had that do those spots for us.
I know.
That was very nice.
Gee, I wonder who shot those videos.
Not as important as the guy doing the interviews. But anyway, thank you to all those guys. And
Important as the guy putting it out there.
that's right, too. 702-992-3207. Give us a call. Thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Chief, I'm going to throw it to you.
You know, I had a very interesting time at SmackDown last night, and one thing that struck me really funny was the women's tag team match.
Okay.
And after the match was over, Shayna Baszler
And that.
and what's her
Ronda.
name?
Ronda.
Ronda Rousey
Yeah,
come
exactly.
out.
We don't even need to remember her name. She's not even worth it.
I had a brain fart. Sorry, folks. Ronda Rousey come out. And folks, I've been watching wrestling. I've been around the wrestling 60 years. And I've got to tell you, for being an MMA champion and a WWE champion, that young lady is the worst person I've ever heard on a microphone.
Thank God.
First of all, she was talking like this last night. You
couldn't even hear her
couldn't
in
even
the
hear
arena.
her. You couldn't hear. At least Shayna, you could hear her. You could understand what Shayna was saying. But with the other person, and I'm not even going to use her name, she was terrible. I mean it. She was flat terrible. That girl needs to be around
LA Knight.
LA Knight, Charlotte Flair,
I like John's idea.
our young lady from Canada who's been around the wrestling business for a few years, Miss Natty Neidhart. Maybe they could teach her something, because I'm gonna tell you what, she sure as hell stinks on a microphone.
If they continue to allow her to go out and do that, shame on WWE. Period. That's the bottom line.
Crowd killer. That's all I have
Right.
to say. Crowd killer.
You could, and you know me, I'm not too critical.
Right.
Almost all the
Almost.
time. But
they could have given that spot to somebody else.
I got to
just
tell you
saying.
something. You couldn't hear her. She was terrible.
Yeah, you could.
She was flat terrible.
That's why.
And they
Shayna-
paid her to go out there.
That's the
That's why
funny part.
Shayna did most of the talking.
That's what I'm saying. We couldn't even hear her in the arena, and it wasn't that it was loud that she got a loud pop. It was she was horrible.
So I'm
Just
sorry
not
we
so
got off
softly.
topic. I apologize.
No, nothing
Okay.
at all.
I do apologize. She was terrible.
Some guy in the chat room named Nicholas Burnett he
Yeah.
says, quote, love me some Rhonda.
Yep.
So
Well, you can love her all you want for all of us, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go promo on you because
Yeah.
she could put me to sleep.
all right, let's get started. We talked about that one. We're talking about that one. Naomi finally reveals that she's no longer part of WWE. and I believe she just had trademark. I want to say Trinity Star,
yep,
right?
Trinity
As
Star,
now
2 hours.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So what does she do from this point? Is she going to independent? Is she going to sign it with AEW? What do you guys think?
I think she'll start like independent, then maybe Tony will bring her in AEW.
Go to Japan with Sasha?
Well,
I'm sorry, Monet.
I doubt.
Well, they say that Monet is nearly done with New Japan.
Oh, okay.
That
Didn't know
it was just like a few shows, and that she might
Even
be
with
done.
the
So
title?
they could.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think she might be dropping it soon. And
Is Trinity the one that did the butt bump?
yeah,
Yes.
she's
They're
Jimmy's
real.
wife.
Well, you know what? Who cares? Because that's the only move she had was the butt bump.
I enjoyed.
That's
I
it.
enjoyed her though. I
thought she
liked
was more than
Naomi.
just a butt
I
bump.
think.
No, that's
I'm not
it.
a
She
fan
had
of
the
hers.
bump, and
I'm
that was her move.
I'm not a big fan of hers. Never have been.
So
I'm just very surprised. Only
maybe
because
she'll go to ROH.
I'm
Maybe she
surprised
go to-
because of the bloodline connection that she
That's
has.
right. That's what I'm thinking right there. With Jimmy and everything still going on, I'm surprised that she's taken that division off.
And
But
with
maybe she'll go
Monet,
to
if
maybe
she's-
she'll go to YNWF.
YNWF. Yo mama.
She go to your mama.
Yo mama. She's gonna go to Yo Mama Wrestling Federation.
YNWF. Mr. Matt just walked in. We'll get him settled during our break. Oh, you want to bring him up now?
I don't care.
All right, bring him up.
Hey, show, we'll do
Come
whatever
on,
you want.
come on, everybody.
Matt's like,
Come
I'm
on.
not ready. Look at.
All right,
I'm still
okay.
dead.
All right, Matt is still trying to wake up. Matt is here with us. He had a little slow start to the morning, but we'll catch him up and we'll get him settled here. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Bray Wyatt, as we mentioned earlier, still is not medically cleared to compete, which may put that Bobby Lashley story off, which we talked about. What do you guys think's going on with Bray?
And I think it's more. I think he's just got mental health issues. I
Okay.
really do think that there's something mental going on in it because how all these injuries just come up,
Okay.
and then he's out for long periods of time, and this is why people are losing interest in him.
Well, he hasn't exactly lit the world up since coming
No,
back.
I agree.
The build-up for him coming back
It's
was
been
better.
so long. Well, the build up and then it's just been such a long, drawn out
Yeah.
thing.
Right,
Like, get to the point of what's going to happen.
right. Thomas?
Could be mental illness. Could be something else.
I just hope he gets better. Whatever
I hope he
gets better,
is
too.
ailing him.
Chief?
I think it's creative. I really do.
Mhm.
I think there's
Disconnect.
I think there's something there that Bray wants to bring to the squared circle,
Mm-hmm.
and it may not fit WWE's style, and I think that's where the problem is. I don't really think there's an injury.
Okay. Well, and along with that, Alexa Bliss had been off TV for a while. She had been tweeting out originally that she's sitting home and waiting, right?
Yes.
That was the story. But then this past week, she posted I don't know if she posted a video, but at least a picture that she had surgery done on the left side of her face, a little cancer, I believe.
Skin
Skin
cancer.
Skin cancer was removed, and that may have been the real reason why that we haven't seen her,
And
which
she-
obviously.
And she was on Masked Singer. She was revealed on Masked
Oh, she was on Masked Singer.
Yeah,
Oh, I
she
didn't
was
know.
revealed
I
this
missed
past
that.
week on
I don't
Masked
watch that.
Singer.
Okay.
You know,
Well, that's interesting.
with her and Bray being as close as they were
Right.
previous,
hmm
I wonder if that might be part of it too. Maybe Bray is real, Bray's happily married. We all know that.
Right.
Um,
JoJo.
but I
as
won-
well as she.
but I wonder if Bray's taking it to heart and maybe is upset over what's happening with her having the cancer and everything, and maybe mental illness is coming into it, playing a
It's
part
just
of it.
they seem to
I don't
have
know.
started to build Alexa away from Bray, and then it was
And
like
then they
as
were
soon as-
reeling her back in.
And then and as soon as he came back, they were
Right.
reeling her back in with this, and now they're both off. Like, and it's like it sucks for her if he's going away on to get his mental health checked.
Right.
That her career is going to have to suffer because of this too, because they keep linking them together.
Right. No, absolutely. And I think listen, the build up to Bray Wyatt coming back with all the vignettes and Uncle Howdy and all that, I think has obviously been a million times better than what they've done with him since he has actually appeared on TV. Bray Wyatt's wrestled only one match, right? The pay-per-view or
the blackout match.
the blackout match. Uncle Howdy's been seen more on TV than he was and was more active in the ring during all of that. And then, like you just talked about, Chief, the last vision we had of Alexa was in that last match. And who's standing in the doorway? Uncle Howdy.
I think without Bray Wyatt, we're not going to have an Uncle Howdy.
Oh, I don't see how you can unless Bo Dallas is willing to.
That's
The
why-
alleged Bo Dallas, being that character, continues on his own as Uncle Howdy.
Well, that's why he hasn't been on TV, Uncle Howdy, because there's
And
no
he-
Bray.
And he rightly so could.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind,
I mean, they could
Oh, yeah.
they could continue the story with Uncle Howdy if,
Sure.
if Triple H wanted to.
But where do you pick it up? Where do you pick Uncle Howdy up to start a storyline on his own?
Just with Lashley, continue what they were doing with Bobby. Like,
So maybe Uncle Howdy and Bobby
Right,
Lashley
brother.
Yeah.
will face each other at WrestleMania. Wouldn't that be an interesting matchup last minute, right?
yeah, but you know what? Let me, never mind.
Let me
No,
talk to
no,
you.
No,
Yeah.
no.
What?
Go ahead. No,
Go.
go ahead.
no, go.
And I'm gonna take about 10.
Matt, you can turn your mic on. Now that your mic before we bring you up here. Actually, come on up
I'm gonna take
because we're going to go take a quick break before.
I'm gonna take about 10 minutes on my rant today.
Jesus.
I got so much shit I want to rant about.
So we're going to take a quick
Oh,
break right
hell
now
yeah.
so we get Matt settled up here to join us. And as Chief gets ready for the Chief's rant, I suggest you all get ready for it too. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. These are my new tag team partners, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, aka Marty the Mob, and you're watching the Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Seven Fatu. I'm here with my man, Big Chief. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Hi, I'm Sean Devaria. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit-cha-hey, all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the Essential Character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere, the podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition.
Hey, we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning, Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey guys, it's Tessa Blanchard and Ozzy, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world,
Hi, everybody. Aaron Phillips here, inviting you to join me every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. right here on Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV on my show, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. I bring to you the movers and shakers of Las Vegas and really all around the world. It's also fun, entertaining, silly, goofy, informative, everything you'd want to be entertained by on a Saturday, except no politics, no religion. As I said, it's designed to be a fun show. Remember, that's every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, right here, Aaron's Hour, Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV. Yeah. And we're back with full strength. I feel like this is like a hockey game. And now they're back at full strength.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. We are here.
The penalty box.
That's right. Matt is here. By the way, if you were wondering what was going on with that last commercial break, John was changing channels back there.
Yeah.
And we kept getting different commercials in there.
knob.
But anyway, thank you for welcome back. 702-992-3207.
This is for me. I screwed up.
There you go. So I was trying to protect you.
He didn't have enough coffee yet.
That's right.
That's right.
If you have to leave us, can't watch us visually, please make sure you download the WWDBTV app to your Android, WWDBTV LV to your iPhone product. Take us on the go. And when there's no live show airing, the best music, sound bites, comedy routines ever heard here, right here on WWDB-TV, as is also a radio station. All right.
And if you want to call in, the number 702-992-3207.
Excellent.
Because the chief said so.
There you go. All right. Are you ready, sir? Are you
Oh,
warmed
hell
up?
yeah.
Man, he almost punched Thomas and Matt in the face warming
You
up.
should
during
have
the break.
punched Thomas. I would agree with that.
All right. It is
I'm
now
ready.
It is now time for the Chiefs rant.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions Zebra throughout the ship. Make Zebra report to DC Central.
Because the chief says so. All right, here we go, folks. My 3 minutes of fame is now however long I want to take today. Anyway, here's what I want to talk about.
Chief, look in the right camera first. Straight ahead. You're
That
straight.
one
There
here?
you go. Over there.
This one here?
Right there. There you go.
What are you pointing at?
No, that one over there.
That
There
one.
you go. Look towards John.
I don't want to look at that ugly
There you
one.
go.
Anyway, here's what I want to talk about. Autograph signings and prices of autograph signings. I'm reading big show coming up next week in LA, WrestleCon. And talking to this guy yesterday, we're talking about prices and we're talking about people who are going to be signing. And you have people like Brutus the Barber Beefcake, $30 for an autograph, Hall of Famer. Jake the Snake Roberts, Greg Valentine, $40. Trish Stratus, $60. Well worth it. Then you get guys like Brock Anderson, who you don't see too much on TV. You might see him on YouTube. He's charging $50 an autograph. Then you got Hook. Now, granted, Hook's on TV. In my opinion, Hook's not worth $60, though. So I think the young folks that are coming up in the industry need to take a step back and possibly talk to some of the veterans and some of the Hall of Famers, because they're pricing it right out so people can't afford it, number one. And number two, if you're going to price it at that, who the hell wants your autograph? So that's the first part of my rant. Second part of my rant, again, like you all know, went to SmackDown last night. Don't understand. You got a big tiff going on with Charlotte Flair. Well, where the hell was Rhea Ripley last night? Why wasn't she on SmackDown? Okay. Why didn't she come out with Dom when Ray punched him out last night? That makes too much damn sense, WWE creative. But yet you want to have 25 and 30 minutes and stretch it out. You could have put more wrestlers on your TV program last night. You chose not to, though, because the Cody Rhodes and this and that. Well, Cody Rhodes' match could have been 20 minutes instead of 32. And who did he wrestle? Some jabroni from Imperium. All right? Just my opinion, folks. Just my opinion. That's how I look at it. You don't have to send your comments into Matt. And that's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
Well, that's a great segue, because if you have an issue with WWE Creative, then you need to go to thoughtscountanywhere.com, click the shop tab, and you'll see our shirt out there about WWE Creative. So
I'm glad you picked up.
Absolutely. From Pest on YouTube. Hey, Pest, we haven't seen you in a while. Hall of Famers are going to say, get that money. Go ahead.
I'm glad that Aaron knows how to plug something, because when you tell Chief to plug something, he just looks at you like you're crazy.
Like what?
Chief
What?
made friends last night, and me and Thomas are going, plug the podcast. And he's
Did
like,
he have business cards with him?
He goes, what do I plug in my phone?
Yes. I would have made that a whole ass commercial if you guys would have had that on video somehow.
Hey, it was good too. It was good.
Did you at least have cards with you when you guys talked to people last night? Did you give anything out?
No.
That's all I need
He
to hear.
didn't understand plugging podcast.
At least I know what Carrying Cross looks like.
Okay,
Do we really want to go there?
Okay,
Do we want to go there?
So Chief was like,
let's go.
That's Kevin. And I'm like, no, that guy looks too small.
Oh, hell
I am
no.
up
No,
here
do
in
it the
stand,
real
and
way
he's
you
down on
did
the
it.
floor. I said he looks too small to be Kevin. He doesn't look like he's big enough to be Kevin. And then Kevin starts walking up the stairs, and I'm like, oh, that's Kevin.
I told her
started
4
happening.
times it was Kevin. No, Chief, you're full of it. It ain't Kevin. I said, the hell it's not Kevin. Here comes Kevin walking up. Oh, it is Kevin. It is.
That's cool. He came up to see you guys. Though.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
was very good of him.
By the way,
Makes him one of the best.
A quick shout out and congratulations to Akira Tozawa. Became a father. Welcome a baby girl
Nice.
the other day. So happy baby daughter day. And by the way, I can tell you that having a daughter versus a son. What's that?
He didn't know who that was.
Confirming.
Oh, okay. Because there you go. Anyway, another like a daughter. They become your best pal. I'll tell you that. I got 2 of them and I love them.
I'm getting educated.
Here you go. Here's something
And
I
an
wanted.
adopted one right here.
That's right, and my adopted one right here to my right.
God
Absolutely.
help you.
I want to bring this up, which I find quite interesting. Stone Cold Steve Austin said he's recognized today because the WWE video games. Now, this would be the perfect time if we had a what chant. Yeah, exactly.
We missed.
We can chime it in. Pest says, had some health issues. I was stuck at Sunrise for a week and a half. All things are good now. Excellent.
Glad
Good,
you're
Pest.
feeling better.
Glad to hear it, brother.
Take care, Pest.
Glad you're back with us. First of all, I get the WWE games are successful and widely accepted by a lot of gamers, but he does a lot on TV. He's got another show coming out where Steve Austin's, I guess, traveling around the country and he's doing bowling and he's doing this.
He does, but speaking from I have a nephew who's 13 and all he does is play video games.
Mhm.
He only knows those wrestlers from those video games because he doesn't watch wrestling with
I
them
agree with
anymore.
that. I agree with the fact that the wrestlers from different eras, the younger crowd may not know, but I kind of got this feeling it sounded like more of a general statement versus just the wrestling world and today's wrestling fans. That's the way I read it. Thomas?
It makes sense because, like she was saying, these kids nowadays.
Who was saying?
Brandy.
Wow.
Thank you.
I like I've forgotten already.
She was saying.
Yeah, he called me woman in the car too. He almost got smacked and knocked out of my car.
Anyway,
What?
they don't know who these guys are. You go to a 13-year-old kid, ask him who Randy Savage is. Oh, he's in a video game. Parents or other fans don't get with them and educate them.
This is where I think the kids and even the younger wrestlers, just based on history, should be watching the AEW series of biographies. A&E. See,
I think it's
AEW.
crazy that like he thinks he's only recognized off video games, even though like everything he's done. But like the way society is now, kids only recognize the stuff that's on video games, pretty much.
Well, if
But
you ask my
even-
nephew who The Rock is, he knows who The Rock is. That's
Man,
because that's
Rock's like the most popular dude in
Yeah.
the world.
well,
That's
and also
because of
because
you.
that's because he knows that he's my husband.
That's
Well-
because of you.
Well, The Rock is this generation's Hulk Hogan. Back when we were growing up, and people would ask, name a professional wrestler, Hulk Hogan. Nowadays, people say The Rock.
I think just like the casual like kid wrestling fan knows Stone Cold off video games, but like the kids that really get into it, get onto the WWE network and go back and be like, oh, I missed all this. And then they hit the Bruno San Martino stuff and immediately turn it off because it's too boring.
You know, last night
Always get my shots in.
we had some young
We got a half hour to catch up.
we had some young folk sitting in front of us and behind us.
Right.
and all you heard the chants were Rey Mysterio.
I love those.
Rey
Love seeing the
Mysterio.
kids at the
was
events.
Unbelievable.
And the little
to
girl next
see
to
him.
us was dressed up as Alexa Bliss.
Yes. Shout out to her. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart she was.
I'm also like an annoying wrestling fan next to me. He's trying to like start chants, but you ever see like hear somebody like trying to start chants, but like
the Undertaker show.
Oh yeah.
They were trying to start chants, but like not on any kind of beat, or like made no sense. I was just like, what the hell?
She got a good one started last night, man. I'll give her props.
Again with the C. You yell at me for calling her C.
It was good.
What kind of chant were you starting?
I don't know. You know me. I start a lot of drama at wrestling.
And then we had
And then Chief is trying to yell, "Kick him in the dick." But,
and then, folks, we had some guy tell us yesterday that a certain wrestler, when they were training, the trainer told him
to kick him in the
just
dick.
kick him in the dick. So I wanted to start a kick him in the dick chant last night.
Give him the good old dick twist.
And there goes the show.
Well,
You're welcome, everybody.
It's nice, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Hey, I did get some people around me laughing though when I started it.
I'm sure you did. All right, a couple more topics, and we're going to move out of WWE for now. And I know this one you're not going to be too happy about. We're going to finish these last two items, and we're going to go to story time. Goldberg is now a free agent. Should he sign with another company?
He should retire and go the hell away forever. Brandy's statement: if you don't like it, kiss my butt.
Goldberg's a free agent.
Gentlemen?
Goldberg should retire. He should go to the retirement home.
I think Goldberg's gonna end up signing somewhere. I just don't know where.
You know what? Where do you think he's going to sign?
I'm gonna talk today.
Where do you think he's going to sign?
Somebody would have to pay me to get his autograph.
Where do you think he's going to sign?
AEW.
You think so?
Of course, they're going to capitalize on the Oldberg. If he shows up at freaking Double or Nothing, I'm out.
Is that a promise?
It's a dead promise.
Oh my gosh!
You hear it here,
folks.
If
you heard it,
if Oldberg shows up at Double or Nothing AEW weekend, Brandy will sign her ticket off to whoever wants it.
I saw that. I saw that meme.
You know what I'd like to see?
What's that?
Goldberg versus Lesnar.
No, I've seen that.
They did that.
I want to see it one more time.
They did it for the belt.
Then they both go to pasture.
No, they can. You can just
both of them.
They did it with the belt when
Parting of the Seas.
When Lesnar,
Goldberg can go milk some cows. That's what he can do.
When Goldberg pretty much squashed Lesnar for the title, which was very surprising when he won that title in less than 5 minutes or whatever it was.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
No, absolutely. And I will not be disappointed to see Goldberg be done.
Lesnar too.
Lesnar, yes. However, I saw again the dirt sheets, right, wrong, or indifferent, that he's also contemplating maybe an AEW contract for a year or only do 5 matches if he goes to AEW.
Brock.
Oh God.
Why?
Money.
First, let me go back to this question. Does WWE need Brock Lesnar?
No.
Does WWE need him? Yes.
That's right. So you think WWE needs Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Okay. I got a no. Thomas, what did you say?
I said no.
Chief?
No.
So why yes, Matt? Why yes?
He boosts the ratings every time he's on the show.
That's a good point.
I don't disagree with you there, but
He draws ratings no matter how much everybody hates him or whatever he does.
I don't hate him.
I will watch
I
Brock
just
over
dislike
Oldberg
him.
any day.
He's a draw still,
I'm
no
sorry.
matter what.
Oldberg, it could go
him,
milk
that's
cows, and he'll probably still injure them.
Accidentally ripping udder off.
You know?
Thoughts on Cena versus Theory being the opening match at WrestleMania?
You didn't like our answers?
No, you gave your answers. There's no need to continue moving. I
You
gave
didn't
mine.
give your answer.
I sure did.
Good.
What'd you say?
Lesnar should be
Get
retired.
Cena out of the
I'd
way
be fine
early.
with Brock.
Thank you.
Get Cena Theory out of the way early. Don't care about either one of them.
I was kind of surprised, honestly. I thought it was going to be like close to the main event of either night one
Somewhere
or night
mid-card.
two.
Mid-card
But I'm
up.
guessing Cena has like
Yeah,
he's got to get back to the movie set or something. So he's probably like, let me get out of here quickly.
How long do you think the match would be? 10 minutes?
Probably 10
15,
minutes.
20
12
minutes.
That's too long.
But
Well, if he wants to put Theory over, there has to be some length to it and Cena get his butt kicked a little bit, in my opinion.
and they're not building a lot of matches. Triple H doesn't want a lot of matches at WrestleMania, so
But-
they're probably going to have longer matches.
But collect the money.
That's right.
collect the money.
That's
You're
right.
only going to have what, 9 matches, I think, something like that. Maybe.
I can go for Cena going over, winning the title, and then some killer coming in and taking. They need a heel U.S. champion. So.
All right, let's
have a heel
let's
U.S.
ask the
champion.
real
That would be a
question.
killer of a match.
Cena versus Theory. Theory wins. Theory's next opponent after Cena.
Andy Kaufman.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
People.
You know what? The Monday after WrestleMania will tell that next story because
No, I got one. I got one.
Talk to me.
I want Theory to beat Cena, and then Matt Cardona come out to a
That's-
U.S. Open challenge
That's what I was
and win the
thinking.
United States title off of Theory.
You
That's what I
finally
was
said
thinking.
something smart.
That's what I was thinking too, Cardona.
Finally.
The
It's
only
either Cardona or if they're bringing Braun Breaker up. I don't think they're going to bring
they're
Braun
talking about Braun and Cameron Grimes.
And
both
have you
coming
seen
up.
the transformation of
I
Cameron
have.
Grimes?
So what I was going to say, and your answer is a great answer also. I'm thinking if they want to start with a splash, you bring Grimes up to go after the U.S. title. Just like the way they introduced KO when he came out that very first time and he beat Cena.
Yeah.
Okay. Cameron Grimes, he's been sitting on
Or
the
somebody
sideline.
like Paige when she came out and beat.
Right,
Bailey.
exactly.
They need that.
So I would see Cameron. I like Cardona. I like that idea. I really do because obviously if Cena wins, he can't carry the belt because of his other obligations. So it would be first of all, it would be a farce if he wins because it does nothing for Theory at WrestleMania.
I think Theory's winning.
I totally.
Here's the other thing.
win.
Yeah.
While I'm on it right now,
Mhm.
and I'm spreading the wealth around. Why wasn't Chelsea Green on SmackDown last night? SmackDown Creative.
She does mostly Raw now.
Huh?
She's been on both sides
Huh?
of the back.
Why wasn't she on SmackDown last night? She had the segment with Pierce Monday night. She could have shown up at SmackDown last night, but no. WWE Creative, you're going downhill a little bit in my
So you're telling me
opinion.
all this trash talking of Chelsea Green for like the last year
I know.
of her being a hubcap, then you get the chance to see her live, and now you're
She wasn't
disappointed
there.
She wasn't there.
She wasn't there. Neither was Rhea.
That was dumb. I was shocked
Okay.
as hell she
That's
wasn't.
totally-
there.
Don't get me
stupid.
wrong. Charlotte did a good segment last night in the ring, but it would have gotten over 100% more if Rhea had been there last night.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Once she got towards the end of the promo and her music hit, I was like, "There's no Rhea Ripley." What? I would have went to the bathroom if I'd have known it was.
Yeah,
Charlotte
that's
show,
exactly what I said. I said where Rhea should be popping out here. Just
Yeah.
She said to me, "Well, your one girlfriend come out. Where the other one should be coming out pretty soon."
And when it ended, I was like, what, that was it?
That was it. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. So, yeah, I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very disappointed.
All right, let's jump over to AEW before we get to the top of the hour. This will lead to a lot of discussion, and it started coming around the last 24 hours. Chief and I were listening to our. What level are they on right now?
1,652,741.
Favorite show called Busted Open.
Yes.
During Dynamite opening segment, AEW used cardboard to cover Punk's face on the production truck near the ambulance used to transport one of the Young Bucks. Apparently, CM Punk has come out last 24 hours or so, kind of still calling Jericho out, Moxley out, and still not having settled his issues from the media scrum. It was reported that he would be willing to apologize. There apparently are negotiations. Maybe he comes back to AEW. He should be healed within the next month. Totally. Lots of speculation. Bottom line is, do you want CM Punk in AEW or WWE? Or anywhere for that matter, or just indies?
Go to Japan.
I was very on board with the whole CM Punk return. And I was very excited for him last Double or Nothing, and I was cheering for him. And then he's just too injury prone. And then all the drama on top of that, it's just, I think it's done for him.
Okay.
If you want to be a part of it, be a trainer, be a coach, be a commentator, or do backstage stuff. I just think that he's too injury prone. And
So is he a WWE Hall of Famer someday?
I think so.
Definitely.
He definitely is put in. I think he deserves that with the storyline that he had. And
Okay.
So I like how he
Pipe
says.
bomb.
I like how he says he claims AEW made him work hard. So they made you work hurt when you broke your foot doing a stage dive? So
Yeah.
The
that
injuries
was
that
their
you
fault?
caused yourself?
Look, and let's not take anything away. I'm sure, and I say this sort of tongue in cheek, many wrestlers work hurt.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
so
Yeah.
so the comment that he made is sort of like, because like you said, you're sort of in control of what you're doing in the ring, and freak injuries you can't help.
Yeah.
Like when I watched this morning the Lita and Trish rival story,
Yeah.
and you saw some of the slow motion injuries that Lita had of the neck when she tried
Oh,
to do
that
that
broke her neck,
suicide
yeah.
bomb and the knee and everything. So a lot of wrestlers do work hurt.
Yeah.
But how hurt was he to make that claim, and at what time
Exactly.
in
Like,
his time?
You broke your own foot. You did the stupid stage dive.
Right.
And then you tried to do a springboard, and that totally ruined your foot.
When stuff doesn't go right, CM Punk just turns into a crybaby.
Yeah. It's everybody else's fault for his own.
Is he a cancer to wrestling in general right now? What do you think?
I don't know if it's a cancer to all the wrestling. I mean, if he went back to WWE, he wouldn't even get close to making these claims because he would kick his ass in the locker room.
So let me ask you, let's run down it then. Would he come back to WWE? Should he come back to WWE?
I don't
Yes or
want
no?
him
Just
there.
yes or no?
No, they don't want him there.
Okay, so pretty much all no's?
Yeah.
AEW.
No.
He'll be back.
Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, put him in Ring of Honor.
I think they'll bring him back to Ring of Honor, just give him in a different locker room. Without people he doesn't like.
Okay, so we got 3 yeses and 1 no. Impact.
Oh, he would destroy that locker room.
I'm just throwing names of organizations out there. That's all.
I know. But he
Okay,
would destroy the locker room.
Chief is still saying no. Anybody for Impact?
I would love it just because our relationship with Impact and we get him on the show.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
say send him to YM.
YMWF.
Your Y? No, your.
YMWF, Yo Mama Wrestling Federation.
That was John's
John coined
creation.
that one.
He's the commissioner. Who am I missing? I had one in my New Japan. Somebody mentioned
I
that
said
before.
in Japan, yeah.
Okay, so I've named. Am I missing any MLW?
No, MLW.
Okay, so I've named 6 major names
Yeah.
that we're all familiar with. Does he stay on the indie circuit?
His price is.
So So you think is he done with wrestling then, Chief? You think?
Can I speak?
Yeah, no. I had a reason for doing that. So now
everybody.
So now, well,
Can I
go ahead.
speak? Can I speak now?
I've been trying for a half an hour.
I'll give you the floor.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
I'm just trying to help you out. My opinion, he's a cancer.
Okay.
Okay. He pipe bombed WWE. He walked out on WWE. I would love to get my hands on the press conference that we were listening to on our favorite program. I would love to get a copy of that to listen to it. Because if what Mr. LaGreca said this morning is true, that he kind of told Tony to let him speak and backed. Okay.
And I don't agree with that.
You don't do that to the owner of a company.
Correct.
To your boss.
All right. Don't interrupt me. Do not interrupt me. I'm on the roll now. Okay. So that's strike 2. Okay. As far as a trainer, hell no. If he can't take care of himself, he sure as hell can't train people. All right. So what organization in their right mind, if they talk to WWE and they talk to AEW, the management to management, I don't see him having a chance to go anywhere. And he wants too damn much money to begin with.
Well, you just hit the thing that hit my mind as you were speaking is
Now I'll
that
defer to you.
that some of these guys, some organizations see CM Punk's name and it's going to be all about the money. Matt?
I think Triple H will see it as like a business thing more than a personal thing. And if the stars align, he probably would bring him back, honestly. But Tony Khan should have stepped up as a real owner during that press conference. And when it got out of hand and being like, all right, this is over.
Right.
Turn shit off, turn the mics off, something.
Right.
If there would have been like some kind of like press conference with Triple H and he would have tried that thing, it would have lasted 3 seconds. There is no way Triple H would have let him gone on for like a half hour.
In a professional person that runs a business and a mark that runs a business.
Absolutely.
Well, fan asked Undertaker last night about CM Punk, like how he enjoyed working with Punk.
And
Taker said he enjoyed working with Punk. He had no issues with Punk. But he also said, I'm sure a lot of these issues that we've heard are true because he brings it upon himself.
If you bring stuff upon yourself, there's no excuse.
That's what Taker
There are
said.
some people out there, they're just their own worst enemy.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Just like Johnny Knoxville.
I'll tell you who I feel sorry for.
Johnny
though.
Knoxville's a goat.
I'll tell you who I feel sorry for.
Who's that?
His wife.
Oh, yeah, EJ?
Yep.
Maybe he stops wrestling, goes to WoW as a trainer.
She's just as fucking crazy. She's perfectly fine where she is.
All right. On that note, we're
That
going to
bitch
step
is
aside
nuts.
for our top of the hour break. We've got 1 hour
Like
in.
Chelsea.
We've got 1 hour left to go. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hour number 2 is going to be just as crazy, if not more so. We'll be right back.
Story time with Matt.
We'll open up.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Hour number 2 about to kick off. We got the whole team here together. 702-992-3207 is our number. Put your chats in the chat room. If you're watching on YouTube, do so. If you're on the go, WWDBTV.LV to your Android, WWDBTV.LV to your iPhone, and Roku to catch it all. With that, we're going to reverse the hours. Normally we start hour number 1 with story time, but it's hour number 2, clean start. Therefore, it's time for
Story time with Matt.
And now here is your host, Matt Mullen.
To Mr. Rogers.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Mr. Rogers of Fremont Street.
So the other day at Heart Attack Grill, it was kind of busy. You walk around, and like I was doing a bunch of stuff, and I looked around the restaurant. I see this guy in like a wolf mask. I was like, "It's not Halloween. What the hell's going on?" And the waitress comes up that was at his table, and she's like, "What the hell?" And she was like, "This guy says he's a wolfman. He identifies as a wolfman."
Oh boy.
And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting." And he wanted the sextuple burger, which is like this big. And then he had like a weird friend with him too, and they both ordered the same thing. And we're all kind of sitting there watching him. And all of a sudden he grabs like a fork and knife and like starts like eating his burger. And I'm like, all right, you're a shitty wolfman already, because they don't use utensils. And then he asked for a bottle of water. I was like, you don't want a bowl? Everyone thought I was losing my mind. I was saying this shit right to this guy. I didn't even care. I was just like, do you want a bowl for it, dude?
If he identifies, you're just helping.
I was like, trying to help.
That's right.
He was a wolf, huh?
He must be part of the furry community. You know, that's a fetish. Right?
Yeah,
The furry
I
fetish.
Hair
guess.
was perfect.
Yeah, his hair was perfect. I don't know.
But he ended up paying for his bill, so I guess the wolf had some money, but he didn't tip, so we sent him back to his cave.
I wonder if it was St. Patrick's Day.
Was it? Yeah, was it last Friday?
No.
Okay. That would have made sense, right?
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. All right, so we're now back, and now I feel like the show's on track now. We got story time done, right? The way we normally start off the show. Now I feel like we're back in routine.
So do we get
Yeah.
So do we get Rant 3.0 at the bottom of the hour?
We got what? No,
We
we're
get
not
rant
getting any more
3.0?
rants.
Why?
Because every time you speak is a rant.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me! FDR puts their careers on the line versus the goons.
It should be interesting just because FTR keeps saying that they like made the next decision in their career and nobody knows if it's AEW or WWE. So I'm guessing if they lose, it's WWE. If they win, they're staying with AEW. And I'm pretty sure they're staying with AEW.
Okay.
I think they're going back to WWE.
Okay.
Who do you think's the best tag team out there today, bar none.
Well, we've had this discussion not too long ago.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Usos.
FTR.
Usos.
Usos.
3 of you are right.
Three Usos and 1 FTR, huh?
What's yours?
Here's my list. FTR, Usos,
We were talking about last
the boys on
the Bucks.
The Bucks. That's my top 3. I think FTR is the best.
I would put the Lucha Brothers over Young Bucks.
And they're
Young Bucks have the same match every week.
I have not been impressed with the Young Bucks since AEW started. I've watched their matches. I don't see anything special
It's
about
the
it.
same stuff every week.
You know,
Every
but
match.
again,
They do the
that's
same
just-
stuff in the same order every week, no matter who they go against.
The only thing that changes is their wardrobe to the ring, right?
Yeah.
What makes you
Their
say that
granny wear.
Go ahead, Brand. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, go, baby.
No, I was just talking about.
She was just talking about their ring gear.
okay.
Go ahead.
What makes you say that you think they're going to go back? They're going to go to WWE.
No, he's
That's
saying
what he
that-
said. I think they're going to stay in AEW because they have an easier
I
contract.
think because they want to be they're good friends with Triple H, they're friends with Edge. There's nothing left for them to do in AEW. If they win the tag belts again, okay, then who do you go against? The Bucks? Bucks are busy with the Blackpool Combat Club, so they're not going to be fixing the Bucks. I don't think they're going to face the Acclaimed.
What about the Lucha Brothers?
Lucha Bros might be winning the Ring of Honor tag team titles next week.
Oh, okay.
It's either going to be the Kingdom, Lucha Bros, or Top Plate win the ROH tag titles next week.
But what do they accomplish in WWE?
They win the Undisputed Tag titles. They have better feuds with the Usos. They feud with KO and Sammy. They can feud with.
Do you think
the Good Brothers.
Sammy and KO is going to be a long, if they win, do you think they'll hold the titles for any reasonable length, or is it like a
at least,
placeholder?
no, I think at least 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
Couple months.
Xenomania.
I don't think you're going to. If they win the belts, I don't think you're going to see Kev and Sammy separating. I think they're going to stay as a tag team for a while.
Okay.
They may drop the belts, but I think they'll stay as a tag team.
How about RK Bro?
Randy might be coming back and feuding with Cody.
Might be feuding with Cody, but there is again another idea that's floating out there is him and Riddle. This might be Riddle's return after WrestleMania, or gets involved with something during WrestleMania. I mean, that is that a possibility that tag team will continue when they come
I
out?
think if they do, I think they were already trying to build up to have a feud with them, and then Randy got injured, and then Riddle with his problems.
With who? The Usos?
No.
With who?
Each other.
Oh, with each other, right. Then we've
So I
been
don't-
waiting for
I-
that to
I
happen
don't-
for a long time.
Yeah, I don't really care for another RK
Okay.
Bro reunion. Just come back, have Randy come out and just freaking lay him out.
Okay.
Get that heel heat right away.
Okay, that's fair. Anything else on the tag teams? By the way, Ronald believes FTR is the best tag team. Just
Ronald
FYI.
agrees with me on something? Holy crap.
Jeez.
What is this world coming to?
I thought I felt the world rumble under us here.
I think the machine
And you
gun.
know the funny thing is we didn't say anything about the guns at all.
No.
Nothing.
Because nobody
cares.
Exactly.
Thomas?
And I think we're missing the Motor City Machine Guns as a top tag team in the world right now as well.
That's a good point. They are, you know, I think
Good. I don't know if they're even in that discussion.
I think sometimes we lose sight of Impact wrestlers, very much so. You know, and I applaud Josh Alexander for relinquishing the title due to injury.
340 days-ish, so it's almost just under a year.
And that's the way he did it. That's class.
I hope he gets a chance to get it back when he's healed. And
I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will.
He'll be the top contender.
Hey,
when he
but
gets
did
back.
you see who's the damn president of
Scott
Demore.
Do the Canadian Destroyer?
Yeah, did you see him do
I
the
did. I saw the
Canadian-
video this morning.
I was impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. AEW is trying to get pictures removed from their first house show. What pictures are we talking about here, Matt?
Probably fans. I mean, sorry, Matt, but probably like
Signs and stuff?
No, probably like on social media.
Okay.
Having like Johnny vibes today.
AEW trying to get pictures.
Oh my God.
If they're
Can I ask the question? Why are they trying to get pictures from you?
Well, that's why I want to understand what.
If I don't get interrupted for like the third time, I might be able to answer it at some point.
I do say I do believe I said Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm sorry,
A
man.
bunch of fans took.
Hey, John, will you turn all of our mics off so Matt can just have the floor himself?
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
Next time.
A bunch of fans took like pictures of like how empty the place was and like all that kind of stuff, and they didn't want like that image out there of. They think it was like a bot show, like Tony Khan just like everybody got in for free or something,
and that was recent, obviously.
Yeah, it was like last week.
Okay, and that was a house show. Where was it? Do you remember?
Ohio, Troy, Ohio.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, we're gonna pick like a first house show. You might want to pick like an actual market where like wrestling fans are.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a good idea.
Like Cleveland.
Well,
Yeah.
how far is Cleveland from Troy? I mean, they could have.
Has anybody heard of Troy, Ohio before last week?
Has anybody heard of Chillicothe, Ohio?
Oh, that's a good one. I remember that.
I was going to say,
That's really, yeah.
I hadn't heard of Troy until you brought it up 2 minutes ago.
I didn't know what it was until I saw their first house show was in Troy, Ohio.
Jeez.
That's where Troy State's at.
Well,
Would have never guessed.
Basketball team.
That's where Helen is from.
Basketball team.
Helen of Troy.
Anyway, thank you for heightening my awareness, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, last topic under AEW. I want to get the whole story here.
Oh, God.
Nia Jax is interested in signing with AEW.
My hole hurts. Yeah.
Maho!
And that was scripted, by the way.
Keep her away from Britt Baker.
Just
proctologist.
Cannot injure my dentist.
The DMD is going to become the proctologist.
If Nia's going to
Should be the
AEW,
DOP.
put her against Oldberg, and they can both injure each other.
Yeah. And then you can go to your mama wrestling
That's
school.
right. Well,
No,
The
we only take the
Federation.
highest class there. We won't
That's
take
right.
Oldberg and
Oh, my
Nia Jax.
oh my God.
Next.
All right.
Yeah.
We mentioned Josh Alexander being injured.
Yes.
But it also came up Mickey James is now injured.
Yep.
And she's off for the next couple of matches.
She
Yeah.
broke a rib. She wasn't able to wrestle last night against Jordan Grace.
That's not good.
Because nobody wants to see Jordan Grace anyway.
That's not good.
Although
Not anymore.
She went nose to nose with Bully Ray last night, for what I saw.
Hey, congratulations to
they touched tips.
Congratulations to
Hershey's growing one.
Deanna Peraza and Jordan Grace and the one from
Giselle?
NWA. No,
Oh.
NWA champion.
Camille.
Down in Mexico. They won the titles down there.
I saw that. Yeah.
So shout out to the three of them.
Absolutely. So what does this do now for Mickey? Obviously, the last rodeo is on hold. Did they say anything about how long before she's able to get back in the ring?
They did like an interview backstage with Santino, her and the interviewer, and she said that she won't be out. She'll be out, but she won't be out long.
Okay. Well, broken rib is
Well,
not easy to get over
isn't
with.
she
when it comes-
coming up on a WWE contract here soon? Rumor has it.
Oh, so she's thinking about coming back to WWE? Really? I didn't hear that one. Wow.
I heard that rumor at Impact when I was there over the
Wow.
weekend
Yeah.
from a pretty
Well,
reasonable source.
the last rodeo is over. That storyline is over. They're not doing the last rodeo no more. So when she loses her next match, she's not retiring.
So
when did they stop that? That was
After
a
she
thing,
won the
like-
title.
Oh,
Like
it's
that was,
still a
that was the
thing.
whole that was the whole storyline. I think if she lost if she won the title, she was going to retire. But that was the end of the last
So
rodeo when she
here's
won the title.
So the question, who's she going to wrestle next when she does come back?
Jordan, the number one contender, probably.
I want to ask this question about Mickey. I want to go back to that for a second.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Does WWE need Mickey James for the women's division?
No.
As a trainer, yes. As a wrestler, no.
Okay, so if she does go back, yeah, as a trainer, is that what the rumor is that we're hearing if she
No,
does
she'll
go back?
as a competitor. I think
she's a competitor.
I think she'd be great on the roster to help people like Raquel, and maybe help Liv a little more, and help maybe go to NXT for a little while and help them down there.
I could see that, because you think about who's on the main rosters. There's a lot of experienced performers there that are more than likely helping in the background anyway. I.e., Natty is probably the big name that comes up to helping everybody. I just question where Mickey would fit in with WWE if that does come to fruition. Where does she fit in? On what level? What show? To what degree?
Raw. She'll be a top talent on Raw.
See, to me, I think the women's division, when you think about those that are down in NXT, the ones that just came up, like the Raquels and everybody, I don't think the women's division needs Mickey James, in my opinion.
She'll have the natty position on Raw Oh, we need this match. Natty's go.
I don't know. Just food for thought. It just came up as we were talking about her as well.
So we're this quick little discussion about the women's division on
Yes.
Raw.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who wins the belt next week at WrestleMania, who's the next challenger? Where do they go from there?
To who?
To either Bianca or Oscar, no matter who wins. Who's the next challenger on Raw?
It's a good question.
Because on SmackDown, you have a boatload of talent.
Becky or Bailey, depending on which one wins.
Or let's see what happens the Monday after WrestleMania, when we always know there's a flood of call-ups, usually right after WrestleMania. We've only talked about two, Breaker and Grimes. I'm sure there's got to be some female talent down there that they're
Lacey
looking
Evans, or not Lacey Evans, but
What?
Zoe Stark. She's
Oh,
Lacey
that would
Evans.
be cool.
So I mean, so there might be more talent there that could come up and fill some of these gaps for not necessarily have Zoe Stark come right up and say, I want the title. Like Charlotte Flair does.
You have to be there 6 to 9 months to at least get a title shot.
There's a fastball right down the middle for you. No, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, who could it be? There is a lot of ladies on the SmackDown side, but I think Raw's going to see some new faces. Chief, what do you think for the next women's?
Am I part of this conversation?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get everybody in. I'm trying to get everybody in.
No, I think what's going to happen, seriously, we're going to have the, what do you call it?
The women's battle royal.
No.
Well, we have the WrestleMania showcase tag team match.
We're going to have. They're going to switch Raw.
The draft.
Oh, the draft.
Going to have the draft. I think some of the women that are on SmackDown are going to go over to WWE.
You mean to SmackDown?
To Raw.
Or vice versa, yeah.
And I think Indy Hartwell will come up. I think Zoe Stark will come up.
What are they talking about doing that?
They're the two that deserve it, in my opinion.
I agree.
think it's before Backlash.
Okay.
I think it might be before Backlash.
Because it used to be like September, October-ish.
And I would hope a person that is on SmackDown right now that will remain nameless goes to Raw. And I think we may see a better storyline use of him.
That'd be a killer move.
Then he's getting.
Don't cross him up.
Then he's getting on SmackDown right now. I think. I would love to see him go. I would love to see him go against Roman.
At some point.
We'll go down that road when we cross it.
Exactly.
What I think would be a killer match, though, would be against Gunther. Anyway, go ahead.
Gunther, if they leave him on SmackDown, there's some options. He could have a great feud with Drew or Sheamus or Gunther.
I'm kind of really hoping, since Bobby Lashley still needs a WrestleMania opponent,
That's what we're hoping to.
That he'll just step up. Something will come up this week to say, you know what?
But if he loses to Lashley,
I'm hoping like Cross and Lashley are the last two in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and that sets up a WrestleMania match.
I'm going to conclude or presume, which is always dangerous, that Kevin will probably participate in the Battle Royale.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's already in it.
Right. Yeah. So what's at stake? The only thing that's at stake is that trophy,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Yeah.
So, which is unfortunate because I think if they want to make that Battle Royal worth something, they need to make it worth something.
They could
You know what I'm saying?
They could put it back in WrestleMania and have it.
Has nothing to do with WrestleMania.
No,
What
no,
does
I'm
the
saying
winner
they could
get?
put-
Every
yeah.
winner who's won that, going back to Cesaro,
Or what they could do.
did nothing.
Yeah, what they could do though, I just thought of this. Okay, the winner of the Battle Royal can get a title shot at like night 2 of WrestleMania. That whoever wins between let's say Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew's night 1. So the winner of that match has to face the winner of the Battle Royal night 2 for the Intercontinental title.
To me, I'd rather have it be where the Battle Royale, like Money in the Bank, something like that. Some leverage of maybe a championship match at a pay-per-view. I'm still going to call them
We'll call it
pay-per-views,
pay-per-view.
but not the big four, because the Battle Royale is not that meaningful. Chief, your thoughts?
Give them something like Money in the Bank, a briefcase. But something else, not a briefcase specific, something else.
Do you like the Money in the Bank match as it is with the ladder? Why not make the Battle Royales for Money in the Bank?
I like the ladder matches.
I love ladder match.
No, I do too.
I would love to see a TLC match.
So, okay.
So what are you saying? Like,
for Money in the Bank, you mean?
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, what my thought, look, maybe the thing.
Tell me what you're thinking.
For the Battle Royale, what could be, maybe because it's not right now, not as prestigious a match that is worthy of a heavyweight title reward.
Right.
Maybe it's something that's for the IC belt. Maybe it's something for the US title belt for now. And the winners of that, they get their titles, they get to start moving up. Then maybe the Battle Royale itself will eventually build to the importance of getting a heavyweight title match. And you do for the women and the ladies.
You would carry a little bit more weight.
Something. And we've listen, you and I, we talk old school, and everybody knows that the Intercontinental belt used to be the up and coming heavyweight champ. They were being groomed. Why not make it for that? And then on the ladies' side, they've been talking about getting another ladies' title for a while now.
They need a mid-card women's title. They
need a.
do.
They want to make it like
title.
They want to make it like a prestigious thing. They have the winner get a world heavyweight. Goes against the WWE champion at WrestleMania Backlash, like the next pay-per-view. So it automatically sets up like the next challenger.
Okay, something because
that's a good idea.
I think Andre the Giant's. I know where they're doing it to honor Andre, of course. Yeah. And the trophy is nice, but really doesn't do anything. It's like, oh, okay, so-and-so won the Battle Royale. Great, thank you. Baron Corbin won it, right? Yeah. Cesaro won it twice, didn't he? Somebody won it twice, I thought. Maybe it was Corbin, though. Somebody I thought has won that Battle Royale twice.
Was it Macho Man?
No.
They didn't have that.
That Battle Royale was well after Macho passed away.
The first one was 30.
My point is that needs to be prestigious to honor the man Andre the Giant, to just be a Battle Royale side event for WrestleMania. Because when it first came out, it used to be on the undercard for the pre-show.
Yeah.
How many people watch pre-show? I mean, I do because I'm logged in on because. I'm just saying, as we're talking about it, I think it just needs to.
This is how prestigious it is. There's been 8 winners. Name them.
I can only name Cesaro, Baron Corbin.
And I can only remember a couple spots. I can only remember a couple spots in the match, like
damn,
like Gronkowski coming in and Seth Rollins hitting like that cool.
I remember Matt Hardy won one of them.
Okay, so it's Cesaro, Big Show, Corbin, Mojo, Matt Hardy, Strowman, Jey Uso, Madcap Moss. Those are the winners.
So no, there were no two.
No, I thought there was, but okay. the only prominent name in there to me was Uso.
Big Show.
Big Show?
Prominent name, because when he won it, let's face it, he'd been flipping bad guy, good guy more times than we changed socks every day.
What about Braun and Jay?
That's what he's saying.
I said Uso. I mean, based on what we see, Braun right now is a mid-carder. What did he do after he won the Battle Royale?
Yeah.
He's doing the dark match on SmackDown. That should say something.
The only one that it really became a real good storyline was Jey Uso, because it took him into that storyline with Roman.
Yeah.
And
that's the only one. Where's Madcap Moss? He won it last year. What is he doing now? He started doing something right with Emma, right? Yeah. Wasn't there was a little something there, but there needs to be something more prestigious coming out of that Battle Royale.
Where's Shinsuke Nakamura?
I'm so glad you mentioned his name, because I saw an article come through yesterday, and as soon as I read it, I was thinking of you. Allegedly, Triple H, right after WrestleMania, is going to get Shinsuke Nakamura back on target and give him a huge push, which when I read that, I was very happy to read that. I hope it happens, because everything is a rumor, like Chief says, until we see it at least in the ring. Yeah. I would love to see that to happen. Shinsuke, I mean, this guy.
His whole career derailed when he lost to AJ at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. So I would love to see Shinsuke get back over. All right. I want to step aside for our break for the second hour. We have a lot to talk about still, a lot to go on. And your comments, 702-992-3207, or comments in the box. Were you going to say something, Chief?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were leaning in. All right. No. Don't go anywhere. We got birthdays. We got more stuff to do right after this.
Hi, I'm George Miklos.
Hi, I'm Rick Upchurch.
Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, and we are
The Round Table.
Check us out.
Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time Live.
On Facebook page as well as WWDBTV.
Fouls count anywhere. Y'all watching it. These are my new tag team partners, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, a.k.a. Marty the Moth, and you're watching the Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Stephen Fatu. I'm here with my man, Big Chief. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. This is Impact Wrestling's Dash and Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Hi, I'm Sean Navarre. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the Essential Character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition.
Hey, we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning. Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey guys, it's Tessa Blanchard and Ozzy, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Now.
Hi there.
Hello.
Welcome back now. Welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Chief.
I want to shout out to Ozzy.
Osborne?
No.
Tessa's dog.
Ozzy's the dog.
Ozzy Blanchard.
Ozzy Blanchard.
I want to shout out to
That's what
Ozzy.
Sharon said.
That's
Well, you keep doing keep drinking that coffee, buddy.
all right. Before we get into before we get into WrestleMania, more or less they're all trivia questions that we have put together. You guys went to the Taker show last night.
Yes.
Give us a couple of minutes on what that was like and what that was about.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Why you want me to talk now?
Yeah, well, you want to talk all the time?
You better talk while you got the chance.
I know, before
'cause
I know.
Once she starts,
Somebody better talk. Dead air sucks.
Once you start, you can't
I
get a
know,
word in
I
edgewise.
know,
So
I
you
know.
better go.
You want to go to commercial?
Yeah, we're done.
It was a good show. It was like almost 2.5 hours long. He had a
God,
special
I didn't
guest in The
go.
Godfather. Taker started off by talking about how he started in the business. He was like hard-headed. He didn't want any. He took out a $2,400 loan. That was a 4-month loan. He thought, because he was young and stupid, he thought it was like after 4 months he could start paying it off. But no, you got to start paying off right away. So he sold everything and was living out of his car for a while. He couldn't get booked anywhere.
How many people were there? It was packed?
It wasn't sold out. There was a decent amount of empty seats in there, but he had a good crowd. It was at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan. There was a good crowd there. There they lock up your phones, so it was different for me because me, I'm like, I want to be on my phone, and like we were there an hour beforehand, and you can't check the time, so it felt like a lot longer than it was. And then we had a couple stupid marks in front of us that kept going all night, just pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
There was a heckler that tried to interrupt the whole show. She got escorted out by security. Dumb idiot. But my take on it, like I really enjoyed it until he brought out The Godfather. He brought out The Godfather and it just went off. They just started drinking. They drank a whole bottle of Jack within 40 minutes. Like just shot after shot, and it was Godfather. And he got so drunk that you couldn't really understand what their story was supposed to be about. And it went.
He as in Godfather?
Yeah, Godfather was gone, but
he was gone.
but Taker was there with him, and it building up to it, he was giving good stories, and it was good time. And I enjoyed The Godfather coming out. I was like, oh, we're gonna get a couple good stories, but then they just started drinking, and it was just like Godfather was slurring his words, and you didn't understand what the hell Though I did enjoy the last question of the night because the last question came from, I guess, the guy that was running the questions, and he asked who did a better strain of weed, either Godfather or Ric Flair, and that took forever to get an answer. But
yeah, Taker had to go back and forth on that one.
I enjoyed the show, but they did go way over time because of the.
Well, what did you say? About 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
That's a
and
lot.
usually shows at a casino can only run 90 minutes.
Right, and you guys sat through SmackDown on top of before
exactly.
going to
So
Taker.
it was
so glad I didn't go.
It was such a long night. I really enjoyed the Taker show. I just think it would have been better without the whole Godfather.
Taker.
Hey, Bobby.
Taker talked about how when he was wrestling in South Africa, and he had to keep fighting for his life,
Mhm.
literally fighting for his life.
Literally.
Mhm.
And at one point, during one entrance, a guy threw a chair at him. He caught the chair, and it was like, oh, still thinking, okay, maybe now I won't have to fight for my life. So knee-jerk reaction, he throws the chair back. The guy ducks and hits his wife.
Oh, jeez.
So now the crowd is really pissed off at him.
He was saying that over there in that time, when they say like you know how us fans will just throw stuff in the ring. No, they throw stuff and they charge the ring. Like every American that goes over there at that time was a heel, and the people just wanted to fight. And he injured one of their top guys, and they literally just stormed the ring over in South Africa and wanted to kill him, throwing chairs. And he said he caught the one chair, knee-jerk reaction. He threw it back, and the guy ducked and it hit his wife. Now they're even more mad, and that's mob mentality of kill this American.
Right.
And this was Undertaker.
Yes, this is some stories that he was, which I enjoyed, but then it was like
when the Godfather, they just talked about how their first encounter in Memphis in the late 80s, how the Godfather was only in wrestling school for 2 weeks.
So let me ask you this question, and then I want to move on. Do you think that the show should be more scripted, not word for word, but more should be tighter with what Taker should be talking about that people want to hear? Because when he talked at his Hall of Fame, induction, I thought that was great, with the exception that he left out Mick Foley in his words, even though he apologized later. But was it more off the cuff in his presentation, or did he have some semblance?
I think he had a schedule of what's going on, and I think he does at normal shows. This was the only show he's brought in the Godfather because Godfather is Vegas,
right?
And I think he has, because and he was actually trying to keep from saying, using F-bombs and stuff in the beginning, and then he started drinking. It was F-bombs.
Sure. But there were kids there, actually. There were little kids.
And they were filming this for a WWE thing.
Gotcha.
A question was asked how he got started doing these one dead man shows, and he said, well, how can he keep still making money in this business without taking bumps, because he physically can't do it no more.
Right.
So Bruce Prichard called him one time and asked him about doing these, and that's how these got started.
You know what? The Taker himself, he can make money off merch.
Yeah.
Does he really need to do a one-man show? I mean, I don't know contracts.
I mean, it was good until I was hoping for more road stories and going in detail, with the Hell in a Cell with Foley, how that came out. Why would you even come up with throwing him off the cage? And then,
well, that was Mick from what I saw. And he didn't want to do it.
I know, to say how he got tucked into it.
I think the stories should be more important. And Bobby Talon, thank you, Bobby, for jumping in here. First of all, he says hello to you. He said he's heard from multiple people that a show is basically just him shooting the shit instead of actually being prepared.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Basically, it's like a TED Talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's his show. He just walks around. He just walks back and forth and talks about everything.
Going back to the conversation of who can go against the women after WrestleMania, Ronald shares thought about women on Raw. What if Tessa comes out Monday night on Raw, or even at WrestleMania?
I would lose my shit.
That would be great.
Chief?
Take my money.
So
that's one that you can get in WWE, and it would be a freaking pop.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of opportunities there. So it sounds so grade it. A, B, C, D, F. How would you grade the Taker show? Then we'll move on. Okay.
I would give it a B.
I agree, B plus.
Was it worth the money? Because I know the tickets were not $50 tickets. They were.
Well, I got $50. Well, I was up in the
Oh, you were up top. Is that where they were? Okay, but I know
$50 tickets were up top. Yeah.
The floor seats were a lot more, were they not?
Yeah, and I wouldn't pay that floor seat price, and I wouldn't pay the meet and greet price of $2,000.
That's crazy.
That was insane.
I'm not going to pay that. I was happy with what I paid.
Okay.
I just wish I had more content.
Gotcha.
If you'd have waited till yesterday, it was like $30 for the upper deck, $50 for the floor.
Really?
I almost went, and I was like, I'm too tired.
I
have to do the run sheet for this. So
and trying to get out of the parking garages at that time.
I'm glad I left when I left.
There you go. All right. Let's go back to some of the indie stuff here, the indie report. You want to talk about Mecca? Is this weekend? It's tomorrow, right?
Night,
for
yes,
FSW?
Yep.
You guys, I'm sure, are going, yes?
Me and Chief will be there, yeah.
You're working. You guys are going?
Yeah, me and Chief are going, yeah.
Okay, what's the main event for that card tomorrow?
Chris Bay versus Johnny gimmick name.
Johnny Drip Drip. Johnny
Morrison.
Mecca.
Really? He's coming in for that?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I did not see that. All right.
tomorrow night. For the
Okay.
Mecca Drive
But,
Championship.
that's not a bad main event.
No.
For an indie show?
No, absolutely.
That's not a bad main event
Yeah.
anyway.
And it has a storyline there because
Yes.
Johnny was the first Mecca champion.
Yes.
And then it seems like whenever somebody wins a Mecca championship, they're cursed and they go back to WWE. So
what a curse.
So like it was Johnny, it was Kevin, and now Chris has it. And since he is loyal to Impact, we get him all the time at FSW.
Yes.
So they have built up the storyline of Johnny coming back. Hey, that's my title. I never really lost it. So Johnny is one of Chris's idols growing up.
Yep.
And so it's going to be one of those good matches. It's going to be, I'm sad that I'm going to have to miss it because I do have to work. But
So Desert Shark shares in the chat room.
Hey!
LOL, you're just not as smart as me when I know how to get in and get out with the breeze.
That's because, never mind.
exactly. You work at MGM, so you know the ins and outs.
Okay.
Fakes. I have my plan for AEW. I'm staying the night.
There you go. There you go. All right. Taya Valkyrie written off Impact Wrestling with a casket angle.
That was stupid.
I mean, I missed the match.
It's on
What happened?
YouTube. It wasn't a match. It was a backstage segment.
Lean into the microphone so people can hear you.
There was a segment with a backstage segment with all three
horrible.
Death Dolls. Shut up, man. All three with the Death Dolls talking about magic this, magic that. Havoc wanted to go find the Coven, but Taya found her at the end of the hallway and there was a casket and Taya got dragged into a casket and that's in the Taya.
Wow.
So now we've seen Taya on AEW.
Yeah, let's get
now. Okay. How far do you really think she's going to go in AEW?
Well, right now she'll probably get the TBS championship and then who knows where.
I think she's going to be the one to end Jade's streak.
I don't disagree with that. What do you think, brother?
Not happening.
You don't think so?
She's not going to be Taya.
I think it's going to be, it's either going to be Statlander or Britt Baker.
I don't think it's going to be Britt. Because unless they put Jade into the storyline with the originals and the Outcast versus the veterans, that they're not going to.
The thing I think about though is if they're not going to do anything with Taya, why even bring her in then? You know?
Same reason they bring everybody in and pad their roster.
Yeah. They just got to get her wrestling on Dynamite. She's on Rampage again tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rampage is on tonight. 10 o'clock, folks.
It's on Saturday? That was Friday.
Yeah, tonight.
Tonight it's on Saturday.
Oh, because of the basketball games and stuff?
See, that's what happens when you go away for a week. You don't know what the hell's going on.
That is very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But I also saw that they're in talks of yet a third show for AEW, another 1 hour show.
Yeah. Like could be July, could be sooner.
But they already have a 1 hour show. What's going to be the basis of this next hour that they have? Anybody know?
Maybe they'll put it on Thursday night. That way, well, we do have Impact, but maybe they'll put it on Thursday night on TV. Then we'll have wrestling 5 nights a week.
No, Tuesday would be good.
5 nights a week.
No, they want to go against NXT.
You know?
Unless
You
you're
have
gonna put- unless
Monday,
you're gonna
you
put-
have Tuesday, you have Wednesday, Thursday.
Thursday,
and
the
Friday.
Impact, yeah.
5 nights.
I don't
then we
think that
could-
they-
Hey, Aaron, then we could watch it on WOR or WPIX.
WWOR, WPIX. Do you remember the show that on WWOR that ended right before it went to Wrestling at Midnight? Because it was, I'll give you a hint, it was a sports show from the Meadowlands.
I was going to say.
No, it wasn't the Meadowlands.
Oh, the horse racing.
Yeah, Racing from Yonkers.
I thought it was, I thought it was.
No. Racing from Yonkers on WWOR was a 30-minute show right before midnight tuned into wrestling.
Yeah, buddy.
That was the good old days. All right. Impact announces during Sacrifice that Impact will return to Windsor, Ontario, Canada for Slammiversary.
It's pretty cool. I was hoping they were going to announce they were coming back to Vegas, but I guess we'll have to wait.
Yep, they're going to stay in Canada for a little while.
I think did I read they got 6 shows that they're going to do in Canada?
No, that's AEW.
That's AEW. It starts with Forbidden Door.
Chief 3/4 half-timers kicked in. Sorry, folks.
He was out late. It's probably like 9:10 right now.
No, man.
He wasn't out late.
I
not out late.
got home 8 o'clock.
Me and her were out late. Not
I
him.
got home 8 o'clock, ate a Subway, plug for Subway, and then
No, you can plug for Subway.
and then she was in bed by 9:15.
All right, let's
don't choke on that water. What's in that water over there?
Before we get into some birthdays, let's ask some of these WrestleMania questions that are on the run sheet.
Do we have to?
I'm
just asking,
Sure, we
you know.
can. Well, Matt spends a lot of time.
The smart answer, damn it.
Feeling like the biggest show of the year.
There we go.
Favorite
All right.
WrestleMania event from start to finish was what?
I like WrestleMania 8 the best.
Okay, why is that?
Top to bottom, really good card, I feel.
Okay.
Like Piper, Brett, Savage, Flair. What?
I talking.
I heard what you said, and I just can't help but laugh. But anyway. Matt, how about you?
I would go WrestleMania 17. It was probably like top to bottom one of the best WrestleManias ever. But like in my mind, I would say WrestleMania 31's up there too, just because I was there and being at WrestleMania Live is an experience.
Okay.
I'm with 17 as well. I enjoyed 17 a lot. I haven't had that experience of being at one live, so Matt doesn't bring people with him next week.
I'm almost gonna go for the Homer answer, and that would be WrestleMania 1. Because what's that? I can't see what you have
He's
there.
only on WrestleMania 1.
Oh, to me, WrestleMania, it was the start of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you have, right, Chief, am I stealing your thunder? Sorry about that. But think about who was there, right?
You didn't think you would pick the oldest one right off the bat?
I was there.
Come on.
I was there.
So you had the star power of Muhammad Ali, right? Liberace was there.
The Rockettes.
The Rockettes were there with Liberace dancing with them, right?
Billy
Martin was there. So to me, that was the best. No, did it have the
Mr.
best
T.
matches?
No.
I'm not even questioning that. But for the event of itself, for what McMahon mortgaged his entire life to pull that off and then converge it along with MTV, if you remember, I mean, that helped spur it.
The Rock and
To
Wrestling
me,
connection, yeah.
the WrestleMania #1 has to be the best just because it kicked off the whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
You forgot one of the biggest people.
Who?
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, right, exactly. Is she in the WWE Hall of Famer, by the way?
She should be.
She should be. I'd rather see her. If she's not, she should be in there over Andy
But
Kaufman.
you know that they had a great match though. Andre the Giant defeated Big John Studd. The body slam
That's
match.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Stud. I remember Stud trying a couple of times on the back, and then that's right. The body slam. But to
Then
me,
Andre-
WrestleMania 1 was the best.
Andre having the bag of money, throwing it out to the crowd.
Yep,
And
that's
Bobby
right.
Heenan stealing and running to the back with it.
All right. Next question. Favorite WrestleMania match?
I know Aaron's.
What?
It was last year,
Oh,
Johnny
God.
Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
Yes.
She can be easily kicked out.
Yeah. Don't ever expect to come back on the show. Okay. I love you, but now you just fell down a notch.
You just went up a notch. It's fine. That was good.
Hulk Hogan, Mr. T against
Paul Orndorff,
Piper and Orndorff.
Okay.
That's
That was
my
good.
favorite match.
Okay. All right. That's a good one.
I say so. I like Savage Flair from WrestleMania 8.
Okay.
All that drama.
Everybody still talks about that one today, so that's not a bad choice, Matt.
I'm going with Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank at the main event of
Yes.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
31.
yeah. That was the night that the set was. That was the night the entrance set went on fire. You know that, right? There was a part of the back wall when the pyro went off, caught the back side of that on fire. That had a fire.
Yeah, I was there.
It was a fire show. The show was on fire. Everybody get there.
Mine was Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
Which one?
White versus black when he came out in the white.
25.
We talked about that one too,
Yeah.
briefly.
And then, anything with The Rock in it, I'm excited
Well,
to see.
I was just going to say, to me, there for the same reason. My first one, it was 18, Hulk and Rock.
Mhm.
The passing of, the crowd. I rewatched it during one of the biography shows where it was. I still got goosebumps watching that. How long at the beginning of the match, Hogan, Rock, just the chants back and
Yes.
forth, and the two of them turning their heads and all that stuff. Passing of the torch. The one that matches that one is when Andre passed the torch to Hogan and let him body slam him.
Thank you.
Right?
Because that's just where I was going.
To me, those two, for those moments of
WrestleMania
passing the
3.
torch.
Is that a match or is that just a memory?
No, that's a match.
That was
They
a
were
match.
matches, but the reason for it stood out for me because of that.
Detroit, the
Silverdome.
Silverdome. Yeah, that's where the
And the
match
cart-
took place.
93,000.
Yep,
Yep.
I was hoping
93,000.
called it the Superdome.
Yeah. WrestleMania memory.
I'm gonna go with 26. That was there. That was a good experience, fun experience being down there.
Okay. Guys?
Next
I
week.
got to think for a minute.
Okay. Which one?
Next week.
Next week. Right. And some people will say, it's like, well, what's your favorite memory? Well, the next one.
It's coming.
Whatever your
Well, and
favorite
he's going
memory
to be
is.
there, so.
No, I know that. No,
I somehow got better seats for WrestleMania than I did for SmackDown.
What are you saying for WrestleMania?
Chief?
On the floor.
There was a lady that used to sit in Madison Square Garden. Okay, every show, front row seat, a big pocketbook. When Piper and Orndorff and Orton came out, she was there. She stuck each one of them in the ass with a hat pin.
Did she really?
Oh, I heard about that. It was on like Cornette's podcast. I heard about
My memory.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
And boy, if she didn't like you, she'd take that pocketbook, man. She whacked the shit out of you, boy. I'm telling you the truth.
But my memories are not necessarily in the ring. I love the entrances, but for the big matches, Cena when he has the entire ramp lined up with people who are dressed like him, and of course the game coming out with the motorcycle or whatever it is with Stephanie, because now you're talking theatrics.
Yeah.
So to me, those are great memories, just to see what someone's going to do, the anticipation of what their entrance is going to be.
For night one, me and my friend Ryan are literally on the entrance ramp. So
Really?
I'm going to get some crazy pictures.
Excellent.
There was like last night when Shotzi come out, her and Natty in the
tank.
Right.
That's great.
I mean, you have the Undertaker's slow walk that could take forever, right? Charlotte, when she comes out, she comes down with that slow walk. Those are great within itself because of the drama around their character. But when you come up with a gimmicky entrance and it works and it gets over at WrestleMania like that, to me, that just adds to the theatrics of the entire show of WrestleMania.
The Nature Boy.
Oh, yeah. But that's where Charlotte got it from. The turn at the top of the ramp,
Yeah.
right? The arms out with the slow turn. So to me, those are all part of it.
I said to Brandy last night when Charlotte came out, I said, Charlotte's continuing to carry the tradition of the Flair name with the costumes that she comes out in. She's got that from her dad.
Absolutely.
And, she's got some great costumes.
My favorite memory is because I'm a girl, WrestleMania 7 and the reunion of Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I cry every single time I see it.
The wedding?
No, when they
that
got
was at
back
SummerSlam.
together.
The reunion after
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah,
retirement.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
retire after
Right.
fighting, and
Yep.
Sherry came and attacked him, and then
Right.
Miss Elizabeth came out of the crowd.
Came out of the crowd. Yeah. That was good too.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of great memories. And that's what WrestleMania is about, is creating memories, watching matches so that, like we're doing right now, we talk about them years and years and years and years later on. All right, last question before we go to Boyd Days. Trivia question. How long has the combined minutes of the Undertaker and Triple H entrance at WrestleMania? You talk about all the WrestleManias?
Yeah.
No, so my number is going to be way off because I was just thinking one. So how much time
has his total entrance time been in the history of WrestleMania?
for both of them combined?
Yeah. No, it's one of each.
Oh, one
number
of
each.
Okay, gotcha.
Does it count when they were on the motorcycles and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are
Everything
entrances.
all
Right?
entrance.
Taker's total WrestleMania entrance time. This shit's a wild number.
Go ahead.
Too long.
102 minutes.
Huh?
102 minutes.
I say 2 hours.
So that's just under 2 hours, 100 minutes.
I
Because remember the last match, WrestleMania, which was supposed to be Taker's last match, he came up through the ramp halfway
yeah.
and walked the rest of the way.
He couldn't make it. down
Yeah,
the
he had
whole
the knee, he had the leg problems for sure. All right, so we have 100 minutes,
I say 2 hours, 120.
102 minutes. You said
Like 100 over 2 hours, 2 hours
120.
20.
Okay, so 120 minutes
Yeah.
is 2 hours. You're saying even over that?
Yeah.
Chief?
Too long.
Give us a number.
She was off by a fucking minute.
Oh,
Were you really?
Wow.
1 hour and 43 minutes and 45
I
seconds.
just now
There
saw
you
that
go.
question. I didn't see my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
An hour and 42 minutes is 102 minutes.
Just for Taker.
Yep. For Taker.
Wow.
Wow.
Triple H's is 1 hour and 13 minutes.
When you get a guess, Triple H.
See, and I
By the
thought,
way.
to me, I thought Trips would be a little faster because he never really took that
slow walk. It was very theatrical when he's coming out on the throne or the motorcycle and everything else. So those are faster, but wasn't much of a time difference.
An
Holy
hour
cow.
and 43 minutes. I was like,
Combined. Wow.
I've only been in like 20 of them, man. But
Jeez, that's a great question. Ronald said 10 hours, so you're a little off there, Ronald.
Your time is off.
Feels like 10 hours.
But, you know, he is a guy. They have different things on measurements and time. So,
wow.
Let me give you some of the answers in the chat room if you missed them. Shan says Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, Sting versus Triple H, Kofi winning the title at WrestleMania 35. Ronald says WrestleMania in Tampa a few years ago because he was there both nights.
Yeah.
Those are some great answers. I'm surprised what didn't come up. Daniel Bryan winning the title after all he went through at WrestleMania, having to wrestle basically 3 matches that night. Triple H, then was it Batista before
he took on Triple H.
Triple H. Yeah, but I thought he had to go through a gauntlet that night.
There was a triple threat match.
That's what it was.
Randy and Batista.
Okay, so that was that. So to me, you know, as I think it was Jerry Lawler said, it was the Yeselmania, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm surprised that one didn't come up because I thought that was pretty good. So, Chief, final thoughts on this topic before we go to birthdays.
Favorite WrestleMania memory when DX acknowledged China in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's one that needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
I thought that was great.
Okay.
And you're right, Brandy. She does need to go. She needs to go into the
on her own.
She needs to go into the Hall of Fame before legs.
Yeah, I agree.
But she's in as part of DX, right?
Yeah.
But she does need to go in on her own.
A lot of people that should go in on their own. Like Arn Anderson should go in on his own. Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham.
I think for names that you just brought up, for whatever the reason, some of these guys they're like the Jerry Rices of baseball. I mean, there's got to be something going on behind the scenes that they're not in on their own.
That's the point I was trying to make up in my rant.
Mm-hmm.
When you've got guys like that charge $30 and $40 for an autograph, and you got these young kids
their son
that are just upstarting. I don't care if they're their sons or not. They're just upstarting in the business, and they're charging $50 and $60. Well, to me, there's a little bit of disparity, and that's where I think in professional wrestling, some of the, for a better word, education is lost.
Oh, I agree. And then when you look at what happened to Rhea Ripley in an airport, that fan interaction. Ronald says the night Eddie won the heavyweight title and Ray winning at WrestleMania as well.
I guess what Eddie be like returning the title against Kurt.
All right, it is time before we lose. We only have less. We have what?
8 minutes?
10 minutes. All right, 8 minutes. We're going to get to some birthdays. Did you guys do birthdays last week?
Yes,
Excellent.
I read them.
I just want to make sure.
It wasn't.
If you are celebrating a birthday through next Friday, March 31st, we want to wish you all a happy birthday and the happy birthday song courtesy of Pocket Aces. So let's get started. Today, March 25th, nobody. March 26th, Mike Mundo or Mikey and Sylvain Grenier. Am I saying the right French accent? Grenier. March 27th, Charlie Haas. SoCal Val on the 27th. Now, I don't know what happened on the 28th because there's a long list on the 28th. But Miss Perfect, Umaga, Warlord, Mustafa Ali, One Man Gang, Danny Davis, Rory McAllister. As I'm reading those names, there's at least three of them that are no longer with us. It's kind of crazy. March 29th, Michael P.S. Hayes. And then something happened on March 30th, 9 months prior. There must have been something in the water. Mike IRS Rotunda IRS, Zach Gowan, Trent Beretta, Zadie Gibbs, Ronnie Garvin, Special Delivery SD Jones. Ain't nobody born on March 31st in the wrestling world, but Miss Brandy has a shout out for her birthday.
There is a great birthday today. One of our great listeners, Mr. Sean Hyde, his wife Malia. It is her birthday today. So
happy birthday, Malia. Happy birthday. See, if you got birthdays or special announcements, anniversaries that you'd like us to share, just go to our Facebook page, post them on there, send us a message. better yet, go to Thoughts Count Anywhere and send us a message, thoughtscountanywhere.com, because while you're there, you can go to the shop tab. We need you in the shop tab so you can get shirts like Chief is wearing about Chief's rant. Chief, it ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy, because I'm thinking about The Godfather right now. Let's see. Comments came in here. Ronald says Kevin Nash has said that Paul will not put Triple H in the hall by himself. Kevin Nash has said that Paul, Triple H,
yeah.
will not put Triple H in the Hall of Fame. So that's okay. Put somebody else do it. Shan says, I can't condone for asking autographs at the airport. I'm sorry, for asking at the airport or bothering them when they're trying to travel from a long day or working on a show. Just respect their space. I like Ray's answer. If you saw the video when someone asked him at an airport, he simply said, I can't because WWE won't allow me to sign outside of an event.
And
So,
you know, that's what Rhea was at the other company last year.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I can't do, I can't, I'm not supposed to be here.
Kind of sucks. Them dealers ruin like the nicest person on the roster because Rhea Ripley, like, I can't say I've never done it before, like going to hotels and all that stuff, trying to like get autographs and stuff. But
if you
I'd always bring like one thing with me for like each person, be respectful about it.
That's the word right there, respectful. If you're respectful for these people's times and respect, that's why I like at the toy show, Sam's Town, right? Great people were there. We know who they were. I was marking out inside, and I would have loved taking anything I had. The only thing I purchased, I got signed with Santino Marella. I bought the Cobra the night before and had him sign it. I just go up and introduce myself. That's it. That's it. D'Lo, my name is. I watch you. Thank you so much for what you've done. It's been a pleasure. When I called him yesterday, I'm just trying to get him set up to come on the show within the next couple of weeks. As I'm dialing, right, I'm thinking to myself, this is the first time I'm ever dialing a professional wrestler, that should be in the Hall of Fame, and in my mind is a Hall of Famer. I said, wow, I've never dialed a Hall of Famer before.
It's even kind of crazy if like you just go up to them. There's been a couple times where like I've met wrestlers and been like, oh, would you mind signing my action figure? And they're like, oh, not right now. And I'm like, oh, whatever, have a good day. Hope you guys enjoy your time in Vegas. And they're all like, hold on, why were you in the come here? All right, fine.
You know me, I just ask for my selfies. I don't really care for anything being signed, but I just want my selfies. But you have to do it with respect, and you have to treat these guys. They're out here trying to entertain us, but they also have lives too, and they
definitely.
have to get to doing it at an airport when they're trying to get on a plane is just.
Everyone takes it like so personally. If like they don't sign, I'm like, it's just marker on paper. Chill out.
Especially if you're flying on Spirit, you need to run like nuts.
As I said to Brandy, I've got a few things I'd like to get signed by Rhea, but after what happened at the airport, and I'm polite, please and thank you goes a long way, and a $20 bill goes a long way.
Right. Sure.
Even if you're not at a signing place,
right?
You show them a little bit of respect that, hey, I appreciate you signing.
I remember when I interviewed, and you're right there. I remember when I interviewed Bob Backlund years ago on my previous Vegas on Rap show when we had him, and I printed off a couple of pictures of offline of him, like the regular 8x10s that he sells, and the day he came to the studio, big fan. I told him the story when I was in the Garden. I watched him beat Superstar and all that stuff, and I said, I have a couple of pictures. Would you mind? And he says, look, I won't sign those. He said, but I do sign a poster. I have a big poster that he signs. Never capitulate. I
have one of those.
You have one of those too that he signed for me, and I had one signed for my dad and everything. I paid him. He says, look, I'll do it, but they cost. And I respect the fact that he said no to the pictures I printed off because they were 8x11 right off the site. Yeah. And, he said, and I said, you know what? I understand that. I respect that. No problem. So I'll buy the poster, the this and the that. It was great.
Yep.
Don't give these people a hassle. That's the bottom line. Just respect.
Brandy said it right. They're human beings.
That's right.
And they have lives to live.
Absolutely.
And give them a little bit of space.
Right. Respect their space.
You come near some wrestlers we know, I'll take your ass out.
He's got a kendo stick waiting.
Trust me on that,
Put you right in the ankle.
Yes, I will.
Real quickly, we have about a couple of minutes left. In 2 days, when spring training starts, everybody says spring hope's eternal. Well, guess what? Major League Baseball starts this week, March 30th. I'm excited.
Thomas and I drafting tonight.
Oh, see, I can't do
Fantasy
fantasy.
baseball.
Too much time. You got to do it every day, and I
do
tried it.
my leagues once a week.
Yeah, but you play the same team all week.
Play the same players all week.
What if somebody's hurt?
Then suck it up, Buttercup.
You have a bench that you can fill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
you can't fill the bench until.
So
the
once you have your,
following week.
okay, gotcha.
Once it's out for the week,
So your league is like a football fantasy where you do it weekly.
Yeah.
See, that would be okay.
Yeah.
So
I know someone was trying to give me ones that it's like daily thing.
No,
and I don't have time to keep track of like every baseball game.
My daughter does the baseball fantasy, and she's doing it every day. And
No.
I did the baseball league one year with my buddy Ricky, and it's like I can't do this. It's not the time.
Maybe
I did it once too.
Maybe we'll get you in the league next year, Aaron.
Absolutely. Maybe we should have our own TCA league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Does John know how to play? Does John even know what baseball is?
I don't know.
Go in the back and look at Pete Rose's autograph, slimy.
Who?
And not everybody can say that they have.
You can bet on that.
Don't turn red over it. That's all I'm going to say.
At least a few bucks anyway.
So Shan says, let's go San Francisco Giants. Let's go Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah,
You
Giants
and
are
I,
nowhere.
Yankees. Let's go. Yeah, I got my Yankee watch on. I'm starting the season a couple of days early.
We need some damn pitching, son.
I know.
Our
Now,
pitching
Injuries,
sucks.
now
Injuries.
Trevino, they're not sure.
Our
coming
pitching
up.
sucks.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I guess in game 2, you're going with Clark Smith starting that game after Cole.
And Condon, whatever his name is, what's his status? The guy they signed from Washington. I don't
Maybe
know.
Rondon.
Rondon. Here's the thing with the Yankees. Every spring training, pitchers get hurt. That's the bottom line. So anyway,
He's
all
getting
right.
closer, I think.
Rondon pitched a
Simulated
simulated on the backfield the
All
other
right.
day.
Was he okay?
Yeah.
So maybe
he didn't
there's
have any
hope.
problems.
All right, maybe there's hope. All right, with that, it's time to wrap up. Thoughts count anywhere, another edition. So, Mr. Matt, final thoughts, sir.
I saw a good little safety brief.
Okay.
Don't add to the population. Don't subtract to the population. Don't end up in the jail, newspaper, or the hospital.
There you go.
There you go. I like it. Be safe.
And just a fun weekend. I'm going to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
baby.
I know I'm giving him a shopping list. Chief, final thoughts.
Final thought. You know, we have fun up here. Brandy, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it very
Stole
much.
my thunder.
You're always welcome. Oh, shut up. You're always welcome. But I got to tell you, the guy next to me here,
Careful.
one of the best fellas I've met in my 70 years on this earth. That I appreciate what you're doing for me over at WrestleMania.
Oh, no worries.
And that's what friends are about, you know. And
I'll go harass some people for you.
I came in this morning and I give Aaron a picture of the Grand Wizard of Wrestling and Bob Orton Jr. And he says, "How much?" I said, "Nothing." I said, "That's what friends are for." So
I was very humbled with that.
Enjoy everybody this week.
Ronald shares, Matt Mullen, send me a message with your picks for WrestleMania because next week we will make our selection. So we need to know what your picks are.
I'll call in from
Oh, okay.
NXT.
Perfect. Okay. So we'll talk.
WWE had some crazy deal. It was like $80 for a ticket in like the 100 section, and it was for SmackDown next week, NXT Stand and Deliver, and Monday Night Raw.
Holy crap.
Cool deal.
That's a lot of wrestling.
That's cool.
I'm going to be wrestled out by the end of the season.
That's cool beans.
So we'll coordinate when you're available and we'll do our picks.
Yeah,
when we can get back.
Do you get the Hall of Fame too with that? Because
Yeah,
you
that's SmackDown.
I got to start wrapping
Part
up
of the
here,
team.
guys.
One quick thing.
The show ended 5 minutes ago.
I know. I saw you hit the button.
We gotta start talking about the additional shows that are coming out here besides AEW for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, we'll talk about that. We got time for Memorial Day weekend, but put that on the list. Thomas, real quick.
Be safe. Have a great week.
Brandy.
Thanks for having me. Have a great week, guys.
And like everybody said, it's always a pleasure to have you here, no matter what you said earlier. But
And
I'll
make
have you
sure
back
you
there.
go to Albertsons, aisle 7, frozen turkeys and frozen peas. Throw them down the aisle at Thomas.
All right, with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. As a reminder, 1 hour from now, join me on Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Nate Miller, good friend of mine out of Texas, big sports fan, sports commentator. He's now working in the press box for the Texas Rangers. And I got a couple other surprises of people coming in that you don't know about. That's why they're called surprises. Join me at the top of the hour. As always, be kind to everybody. Why is that? What we got? This is all I got. It's my family here on the air. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on TCA.